Good afternoon and welcome to Doc Harris Stadium in beautiful Camas, Washington. It's 55 degrees, 5-mile-per-hour winds here in lovely Camas, Washington, where the 1-3 San Francisco Dogfish invade hostile territories, taking on the 2-0 Portland Stags. It is a tantalizing rematch of last week's overtime win, where Portland won the game in overtime 18-16. I'm Brad Stein, joined alongside the commissioner, none other than Jeff Snader. Thank you for being here, Jeff. It's a pleasure.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here, Brad. I'm glad to be here. You know, they gave me the call last night. They said, "Can you fill in for color commentary?" And of course, I said, "Well, if I'm going to be with Brad Stein, obviously I'll show up."
Oh, look at that! I'm honored to be here with you. When I heard the commissioner was going to be here, I got really nervous.
Well, I mean, you should, right? I mean, right? I'm nervous though. So who's going to help us? I mean,
the commish. 55 degrees, 5-mile-per-hour winds. Jeff, who benefits more from this weather?
So it's interesting because the Dogfish play at Boxer Stadium in San Fran, and it's very, very windy. And that can be a home field advantage because they understand it. However, I think the Dogfish are the type of team that when in this type of weather, which we could say is 5-mile-per-hour winds, and it looks like the flags are blowing out there a little bit, but I don't think it's that bad. I think it's really going to help them. The Portland Stags like to throw it a lot.
Right.
But I don't think they care whether it's windy or not. And I think that it maybe affects them a little bit less. And I guess we'll find out if I'm right about that. But I think it's going to help the Dogfish today more.
What about if we get a little wet weather? Which is very possible here in lovely Portland.
Yeah, it said a 50% chance of rain, but it's beautiful out there right now. Of course, we're stuck in the booth. But
so we're okay.
I don't think the rain's going to makes a difference. I think the only part of the weather that makes the difference is the heat. Is it going to be, are the players going to be tired? Who's more tired at the end of the game? And right now, what is it? It's 50, 60 degrees. I mean, it couldn't be better. I mean, it's like an athlete's dream to run in this weather. So
exactly.
I don't think it matters too much.
We're going to take a little break for the national anthem.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and o'er its red glare the bombs were singing and gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the
Chris Mazer leads New York down to the capital city to try to tally a win against Alan Kolick in the Current. Can DC crumble the Rumble? Come on out and see May 10th at 6 p.m. Matt Esser and the Spinners are heading north to take on Boston. Can Philly notch a win on the road? Or will Jeff Graham and the Whitecaps defend their turf? May 10th at 7 p.m.
Brad and Jeff doing it live at Dogfish Stadium in lovely Camas, Washington. The Dogfish took the series last year, 3-1. They lost last week. They started off the season with a win, San Francisco, and now they lost 3 games straight. New year, new additions, fresh start for these Portland Stags. They're 2-0. They ended San Francisco's home streak. What do you think? What are the keys for San Francisco now to get back on that winning streak?
I mean, I know the system they have there with Coach Safdie. It's never as good as it looks. It's never as bad as it looks. The first thing would be assembling the pieces, right? Even though they lost last week, they have a very, very good team. They just need to plug in some of the new bodies and run their system, and they should be just fine. I say number 2 is keeping Caulfield rolling. Right, we have Aaron Caulfield out there. He's been huge on D, big in the red zone. He's a big body. He's a great player. Get him in there. Get him working in the system. They should be good. And then the big one is you look at some statistical analysis, right? Limit Friedman's touches. Eli Friedman and Jeremy Norden touch the disc too much for, you know, like, I mean, the team's got to be worried about them. So if they can limit the amount of times he gets easy touches, they can't just turn around and see him getting the disc and being able to do whatever he wants. He has to work for it. So that'd be big for them. As for Portland, you know, it's funny saying that they're doubt-free. Like, I think even though they're 2-0, people still view them as the 1-9 team. And I don't know how that affects them or not. I was down on the field talking with their coaches. I mean, they seem extremely confident. Oh, yeah. So doubt-free seems like they don't have much of a problem with that one.
Are they playing on house's money now, surpassing their win total from last year?
No, because they have, if you talk with their coaches, Mike Knapp and Danny Quarles, they, you know, I asked them, I said straight up, I said, who's the player to watch? They're like, we're 24 strong. You know, we could still go 2-8, but we can't go 10-0 unless we win today. I mean, they're just extremely confident. I don't think they have the house money thing at all. I think if they go 9-1, they'll feel like they failed in many ways. So I'm really impressed with them. I think Burton, he's unbelievable. You know, if you go up and meet the guy, you know, most people are like, are you sure that this dude is the best one out there? And you're like, yeah, he's not the tallest guy. He doesn't seem like the quickest guy, but he is unbelievable. And there's guys who are 6'4" who can't get up in the air with him and who certainly can't cover him because he's way too quick. And, you know, we talk about the 8th man, the crowd being in there supporting these guys. And, you know, we're already seeing it as they're filing in and just getting the cheers and getting them involved. And hopefully for them, it's something they use to their benefit because it can get in your head a little bit and make you lose focus. But I think they'll use the 8th man and have a whole lot of fun.
How difficult is it for a team like San Francisco, who comes in now? Evan Boucher is going to be out of the game, as well as a bunch of other guys. Taylor, Caulfield's actually absent. Grant, Jeffrey, all these guys are missing. Caulfield's not going to play.
Oh man, okay. So that's big for them. Okay, so they are missing a few bodies, and I don't think we even knew about.
We just found out about Boucher, what, about 10 minutes ago? Yeah,
could not make the trip. So here's going back. It's not as good as it looks. It's not as bad as it looks. Boucher's an incredible player. He's another one of those guys who has no weakness. But you know what? If these guys step in and play the system, they're going to be fine. This is a deep team, so it should be a very competitive game. We just don't know their names as well.
Good point. We're moments away from week number 4 here in the MLU Major League Ultimate.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, look, they're putting him up there right now. Evan Boucher, they didn't know he was a late game scratch, and so he's up there. So he's a player to watch if you're back in San Francisco. Topher Davis, a fantastic player for the Portland Stags. I saw him warming up this morning, and he was talking with Eli Friedman, and they seem to have a great amount of chemistry. You know, he's yet another one of the names of people they have who's scary to guard.
San Francisco will be receiving the pull to start this game off. Our head referee is Bob Ransdell. Assistant referee is Silas McDermott. We also have Ken Forcier, Chris Beckett, and our clock operator is Jen Sanderson. Just seconds away. It is very exciting, exhilarating out here. We already saw Stoney the Stag make his appearance. It's your first time ever seeing Stoney the Stag.
This is my first time with Stoney. Which is, it's way too late that I've just met this wonderful stag.
And here we go. Cody Bjorklund with the pull. Received by San Francisco.
They look like they're running well to start.
That's Casino, Taylor Casino. It's always good to have your last name as Casino. Gets that into Mark Kissman, one of the handlers on offense. And a little flick.
I mean, look at the Dogfish right now. They're really open. They're really running their system.
Drew Kim look very sharp. Minus Taylor Caulfield, Grant Jeffrey, and now Boucher. Got that back to James Pollard, one of the offensive cutters. You see that's Corey Lee with the disc. And
you just had Drew Kim catch the disc, who was coming off of an injury. I saw him with the trainer earlier, but he doesn't look like he's missing a beat right now.
Back to Kissman. He's getting some playing time with all these guys. And we have a call on the field.
And it's a pick on the field, so that's going to move number 3 back 10 yards. Unless they call the pick before that throw, which they'll move the original thrower back 10. Looks like they're going to move him back 3.
10 yards.
Or 10. Number 3 back 10, or number 10 back 3. I got confused.
You're good, Grant. And back to Kissman. And there he is. That's Drew Kim, like you mentioned before. Going backwards right now. Just on our way here in the first. 1 minute has elapsed here at Doc Harris Stadium. 55 degrees, a little chilly, but that's the way we do it. We do it live. I'm Brad, and that is the commissioner, Jeff Snader.
Yeah, I get to have some fun today on this.
You are going to have a lot of fun.
Now, look, this is really, really patient, Brad. I mean, we, in the MLU, you'll see points that are scored in 15 seconds, but these guys are not going to give it up easy. They're working hard.
And there they go down the field, open in the right corner of the end zone, just overthrown.
I just gave him the jinx.
You just gave him the jinx.
Well, I shouldn't.
Is that the commission jinx or is that the broadcaster jinx? Because you're a man of multiple talents.
I think then I'm a man of multiple jinxes.
Okay. We'll take that jinx number 1. I'll give that the commission jinx.
So
Portland will take over.
Yeah, and since the disc was never inbounds, that's why he gets to take it up there. So their number 1 goal right here is just to get it off this sideline.
Oh, a reach grab. Look at that. Way to start things up. Was that Mr. Hancock? I just interviewed him, and then Hancock throws it away.
Chris Hancock, who is the owner of Friction Gloves, a fantastic kid, just got kick blocked right there. He went for the deep throw, and number 8 gave him a nice kick block. So well done on the D to get it right back for the Dogfish.
Exchanging turnovers to get things on our way. 7:43 left in the first. No score. And Kim with a throw. They're still working right around the 40-yard line. Nice pressure D by Portland. Not only San Francisco. Now they're going down the field. There is an open man. There's also a stag there, and that is going to be knocked down by Cody Bjorklund.
Cody Bjorklund makes a nice play, and he was
led an assist last year.
Yeah, he targeted Kim for too long and told the whole defense he was going to do it. That was tough.
Floated, hung up there a little bit, and Portland will take over. Second straight turnover for San Francisco. Here come the Stags. A nice little flick out to Bjorklund. He should be very active today. And there is Camden Allison, or excuse me, that was John Thornton.
Yeah, they almost look the same with Camden has that the bright blonde hair. You want to hear some crazy facts I heard about John Thornton? He was apparently, and I can't confirm this, in Back to the Future 2 as a kid.
Really?
So he was in the movie and
that's right.
had a line.
I had that stat. That's John Thornton. I had that.
Yeah, so he's way cooler than both of us.
He is, because that's one of my favorite movies. I was in General Hospital. Does that count for anything?
Is that true?
Yeah, that is true. I was an actor. Eli Blackman now. Backhand set back to Mr. Back to the Future. Thornton's getting a backhand in the end zone. Reaches and grabs it. Cannot get it. Topher Davis.
Now, that's an example of, we used to call it back in the day like the toughest throw. Right, the toughest throw in Ultimate, because you have to throw it around the defender and away from the receiver, and you make it really hard on him. You saw how hard he had to run there. So I think they need to limit those. Now we have a timeout.
Tough throw, followed by a timeout, our first one of the day. No score here at Doc Harris Stadium. 6 minutes, 1 second left in the first quarter. I'm Brad, and I'm alongside the commish on a mish named Jeff Snyder. We're going to have an instant replay on the last possession.
Okay, that's going to come up. Let's see what they show us here. But okay, look, here's Hancock makes a nice grab.
Pressure gloves.
Yeah, he makes pressure. Now look, he wants to throw it deep. Ooh, they don't see it there. But what happens is number 8 sticks out the foot and gets a kick block there.
Perfectly legal, correct?
Oh yeah, as long as it doesn't hit his hand, as long as the disc is out of their hand, that counts. No problem. That's James Pollard.
Do the coaches teach that often? That type of defense?
It's different through different systems. But to get up, if you watch throwers throw, they throw very low to the ground. Almost looks like they're doing, like crazy stretches, or like yoga stretches sometimes. If you try to block it with your hand, it is, funny enough, harder than if you try to block it with your foot sometimes. So being good with your feet is a real skill that these guys practice.
Let's go, team!
Excellent point. Facts by the commish.
Now here's what's interesting too, Brad. These guys took a timeout on their first point. So in many ways, the most perfect scenario is taking a timeout when you started on D, you go and get a block, then you get to use it to try and score. But these guys have come out on O, had a couple turns and burned it already, and that's a valuable timeout they just burned.
Safdie is a very experienced head coach. You hear the defense chant going. We got to wake this crowd up. It's still early. 3 o'clock start here on the West Coast. San Francisco out of the timeout.
Wow.
Low throw, but that is complete. That is Chris McCarty. Evan Brydun has that one out there. Some pressure D. They're going all the way downfield. There is a man open. It looks like Aaron Weaver reaches up. Nice defensive play by the Stags to break it up.
Ooh, he looks hurt.
We could have an injury. Let's take a look.
Oof.
Good defensive play for the Stags. Vin Bowie was one of the Stags that was back there. Looked like his hand or his wrist. And that was Aaron Weaver, one of the defensive cutters for the Dogfish.
I don't see what happened. I don't know if it
lands it
I
on
think
it,
maybe jammed his thumb. I mean, it looked like it was hurt before he was.
Yeah. He's going to stay in the game. Weaver's a tough dude.
Weaver, hustle!
Actually, I don't think he can stay in the game. If they blow the whistle for him, he's got to come off. It looks like he's walking off.
All right. There he goes. And I'm thinking, is it his arm, his hand, his wrist?
I really think he jammed it. I think someone hit the disc and he jammed it. All right, well, we're already back in play. Oh, guess we're not. Okay, so that's a defensive foul. That's why he gets to move up 10 yards, Brad. They're just on the cutter out in the open field. Just got a bump by the defender.
Stags get some room. That's Eli Friedman with the sliding catch. Friedman looking for the flick. Goes backhand. Difficult throw, but outstanding. Very fluid so far by the Portland Stags. They go back to Grant Cole.
Wow, nice throw around.
And that's Dan Supnick. Supnick backhand. Nice quick precision passing displayed by the Portland Stags. They're going to get that one out. And that is complete.
And you can see, like, here's their Eli Friedman coming back again. I mean, it's 2 touches, right?
Yeah, he gets, what is he, number 2 in the league in touches. Last week he had like 64 touches last week. It's incredible. And they just work it back to Grant Cole. They take their time. Portland's a different team this year. New, fresh, invigorating start for them. There we go. And look at that. In the end zone for the first score of the game. He might have slipped and fell, but it's still a score.
And that was Adam Ferreira giving him the disc, who is actually an older player. But he doesn't look it. Do I have that?
Adam Ferreira, yeah, he's a rookie. He's been playing since the 90s, but he's a rookie in the MLU.
He looks so young. How does he look that young, Brad? He makes me feel 55 years old.
Organic, gluten-free, dairy-free like me. And your daughter.
And my daughter, right? Yeah, you're right.
You eat healthy.
You get me to do the shout-outs if my wife and daughter listening. I love you, Lori and Autumn. Well done. Now, I'm going to score brownie points now.
There you go.
But Adam Ferreira had some huge highlights the first week, and he's an exciting player. So he just made it look really, really easy there.
He sure did.
Nicely done.
Good catch by Vin Bowie, also a rookie, 8 years experience. We're going to have a replay on the first score by the Portland Stags who take a 1-0 lead.
And look, and it took him 5 minutes and 50-some seconds, okay? So
let's see. And there's Vin Bowie with the catch. And then he slipped.
Well, he slipped at the right time because it was after he scored. But You saw the quick throw over the top from Adam. Nicely done. Couldn't have been better. And they wasted the Dogfish timeout. They got them to call a timeout, and they took a whole lot of time off the clock.
Advantage. Short pull by the Stags. San Francisco Dogfish take over with 4:36 left in the first quarter, trailing by 1. Some quick throws by the Dogfish trying to get downfield in Portland territory. A backhand diving catch. How about that? That was Taylor Casino. Love that last name. And they get that out to the left sideline. That was Jackson Stearns. Stearns gets that back to Casino. And just working it, looking for someone downfield. Athletically, who has the advantage, Portland or San Francisco?
Ooh. I don't know how to answer the question. I think that the Dogfish have more than enough athleticism. I think it's the system thing. I mean, Camden Allison Hall seems to be like the best athlete on the field, but we'll see if that's true when they throw deep to him and if anybody can D him up.
Ben Laurie with the disc after another San Francisco Dogfish turnover. Very opportunistic, this Stags team been all year. 2-0, undefeated after a 1-9 finish last year.
And they're just way too open right now, Brad.
Look at Friedman. He just commands everything. Yeah. Sets everything up. They're definitely wide open, just like you mentioned. Yeah. That is Mark Burton, former Seattle Ranger, all-star, has yet to really make his presence known to the Mark Burton we knew last year that was second in goals in MLU.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to have no problem scoring lots of goals.
Oh,
as it goes through. I think.
Do you think it's a system thing? Then he's just getting used and familiar with everything.
I just think it's when we're going to look at week 5 and it's like, oh, look, he has all these goals. Like it's the compound effect type thing. He's just going to keep scoring. It looks like we have another pick. That's why they're moving him back.
Come on, Taylor Casino!
Now this is big. How are they going to start right here? They got Norden with the disc, the 2 guys they want.
Norden, another phenomenal player, and they breeze Trout back there. He's looking, there's a little flick to Eli Friedman. Eli Friedman in San Francisco territory, backhand. Gets that back to Burton. Burton's going to go down the field. There's a complete, and the distance with Breeze Strout. Strout goes to the end zone. There's the man. There's Camden Allison Hall. You said it, you got it. There's your athleticism down the field. Camden Allison Hall, the rookie from University of Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, he breaks open, and that was not hard for him. that fell in his lap. So from what I'm seeing here, you know, they come on the trip. It's not the shortest trip. I know they got off the plane a few hours ago, but they look not quite ready to run with them yet. And when they get that, they'll be fine, you know. But right now they're too far away from their people.
Here's another replay of goal number 2 by the Portland Stags, Camden Allison Hall.
I mean, look, James Pollard's nowhere close. I mean, he just got set up on the cut, and it has to be hard. The only positive I could take out of this is that complacency could set in if the Portland Stags think that the game's going to be this easy, because it would greatly shock me if that were the case.
Crowd is still filling in here at Doc Harris Stadium. Camas, Washington, 55 degrees, very, very little wind, 50% humidity. There's a high pull. That one's hanging in the air for quite some time. It's going to be taken right around the 23-yard line by San Francisco. And here they go, looking for a quick pace. In and out. That's what they're trying to do. That's Evan Brydon.
See, now they got the double team on it, and that I like the call. The bailout was too easy, but they got something on there.
Ranahan to Tyler Boyd Meredith. And gets that. There's a man, but there's a Stag closing on. A good completion. Again, that's Evan Brydon. He's going to the end zone. A man broken up, intercepted. A fantastic play by Rafi Hayes, his second-year man.
No, he gets the foul call, though, Brad.
Oh.
And while a tough call, and we know there's always going to be tough calls, it's a good call. I think it is. We'll see the play, but I think it's a good call by the head referee.
Well, let's see if we can get instant replay on that interference call. No replay, I was told.
No,
I tried.
We tried.
Yes,
you have to trust
you don't
me.
Always get a commission. Maybe you would because you're the commission. I'm not. I'm just a play-by-play guy. And San Francisco gets in it, but he drops it. What are they going to say?
They are calling the foul.
They're going to call a foul. That's 2 in a row on the Stags. A huge break, and it's a score. A huge break for San Francisco, cutting it to a 2-1 lead.
Now, again, 2 tough calls, but still the right call. The player there catching the goal, gets clipped a little bit and then drops the disc. So 2 tight calls, but they're good for the Dogfish.
We're going to see a replay on this goal, San Francisco's first. This was Evan Brydon. the intended receiver. Let's see. Doesn't that look a lot closer than you think?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Replay doesn't look as
right.
It doesn't look like it was too much. Looks like he was kind of dropping that thing on his own.
It's
tough
very
call.
Subjective.
Tough call, but it's a big deal, Brad. I mean, that's 2-1 is a whole lot better than 2-0 with them with the disc. So
it's a huge break for San Francisco. Let's see if they can capitalize defensively. As the Stags will be receiving the pull with 2:17 left in the first.
It looks like the Dogfish have a tall line out there.
So
we'll see if they can do it.
Outstanding pull all the way back in the end zone.
But look, I mean, Camden Allison Hall is wide open.
And there he is, Camden Allison Hall, right around the 12-yard line. Gets it to Laurie. Laurie, roommates of Mr. Chris Hancock. Looking. Some good defense. They're going to go to Freeman down the field. There's a Dogfish, and he breaks it up. That is Ian Ranahan. No call.
No, there was a call beforehand, which is to their benefit. It was a stall called. So they're going to move them all the way up to where the throw was. Now, so you have 7 seconds to throw, and you saw he got up high and couldn't get it off. So big chance for the Dogfish.
The referee's not shying away from the whistle. Not at all. Dogfish, they can capitalize on this break, and they're looking good. There's to the end zone, and a Dogfish score. And we have a tie game at Doc Harris Stadium. Portland started off with 2 quick scores, and San Francisco retaliates back to tie it up at 2 with 1:43 left in the first.
Is that Jackson Stearns? First of all, that was a nice elbow spike. I'm a fan of some creative.
That was Jackson Stearns.
That was a nice goal. It's funny, he just scored on Camden Allison Hall just as easy as Camden Allison Hall scored before. So right? Touche, they say.
Touche. Whatever you can do, I can do better, Commish. Well, not you, though, because you're the commissioner and you do color commentary. I heard you were a coach and a player.
I dabble.
Multi-talented.
So, well, I try. We'll see.
A lot of accolades to your name.
Well, if you ask my wife, I don't think she's on it. She thinks I'm that cool, so cool to you.
You might think I'm kissing butt. I'm trying to see if you'll send me a Philly cheesesteak one day in the mail.
Right, yeah, you want to come to the championship game. That's what you want. I know. Now I know why you're so nice to me. I don't blame you.
You see where my motivation is. There's Stoney the Stag trying to pep up the Portland fans. They'll pull from San Francisco.
A good crowd here.
Yeah. They're pouring in every second. And that one's not as long, taken around the 34 by Portland.
Yeah, I mean, the flags out there look dead. Looks like there's no wind, so it's surprising they're not getting as much distance.
Again, you want to take the disc out of Norden and Eli Freeman's hand, and there they are, both of them. That was Norden to Freeman. Freeman gets that out to Adrian King. 13 years experience for King. So there's some young guys on the Stags team, but they also have some veteran leadership. Back to Norden, down the sideline.
Look at this, he's going to get it.
Burton! No, Burton! Oh, not today, not right now. Burton reached out, went face first.
All right, replay, guys. Please get that one, because that was so exciting, because he went up the line, and the defender did it perfectly.
Yes, it was from the commission.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
Look, he tips it.
Oh, his tip.
Nice tip. Burton saw it just a quarter second earlier, he has that for just a top 10 play. That was beautiful.
Or if he had a few more inches to his reach. Here's a huge backhand all the way down the field. Camden Allison Hall is there. Oh, he can't make the play. What a fantastic catch. And here come the Dogfish on the prowl. That's Adam Farron. And they're going to the end zone, and he can't make the play.
That's a real shame, Brad, because that play was way easier than they made it right there.
Yes, sir.
Oh. They just came down. He makes a big, big, big catch on Camden Allison Hall. That's a tough one.
Stags will take over. 13 seconds left in the first. Do they have enough time to make a play? Norden all the way down the field. There's an open man, and here they come. Could they do it? 3, 2, 1. He reaches out, and it's broken up. Aaron Adamson went for it. 6'4". Good thinking, but no way the Dogfish were there for the D. And that is the end of one quarter here at Doc Harris Stadium in Camas, Washington. This score is tied up at 2. I'm Brad, alongside the commissioner, Jeff Snyder. Here comes the replay.
Oh, this is the end. This is the play we just saw. Look at the hustle. They're both burned because they've been out there. And wow, number 9 right there makes a big play.
The official disc of the MLU is the Innova Pulsar, designed in cooperation with players and staff of the MLU. The new Pulsar is the perfect disc for the pro game. Get your Pulsar today at shop.mlultimate.com or visit innovadisc.com for a look at the rest of their product line, including world-class disc golf gear.
Okay, Portland's making amazing first quarter.
Ultiphotos is the official photography partner of Major League Ultimate. Ultiphotos features an elite core of ultimate photographers across the U.S. and Canada who are passionate about the sport of ultimate. They are available to cover your ultimate tournament and capture incredible photo memories for participants and fans. Check them out at www.ultiphotos.com and check out their complete MLU game coverage at MLUimages.com. Oh, they're giving away some gear. Look at Stoney the Stag. I think they're throwing towels and hats.
Yeah, those are terrible towels.
Maybe my wife will get one. We need something to wipe my dog off when she gets soaking wet after walks.
Well, you need to frame that. It's a Stag's towel. So I want to say something real quick because we just did the promo for Ultiphotos. I was able to meet Scoble Wiggins this morning. She is an unbelievable photographer. I'm going to send some of the stuff she's done so you can see it. She does stuff that doesn't look even possible. It almost looks like it's been photoshopped, like seriously photoshopped, like professionally photoshopped. Because I don't know how she gets the right angle with the depth of focus. She's incredible. So a shout out to her for being incredible.
Thank you for being a talented person.
Thank you, Scoble.
And welcome back to Camas, Washington. The score is 2-2. The Stags started off on fire with 2 straight goals, several San Francisco Dogfish turnovers, and the Dogfish were able to come back, Jeff, and to tie it up at 2 unanswered goals.
Yeah.
Much like last week, but switched.
Yeah, I mean, it's big, and it feels like, I don't know if it feels like it's the Stags' mistakes or the Dogfish mistakes have been worse so far. It's like they really traded it, right?
Well, because the Stags, their mistakes cost 2 points, 2 goals. I'd have to say theirs, but you can go both ways.
Yeah.
Because Portland did score off turnovers, off mistakes.
I think the best thing for the Stags right now is they did make the Dogfish waste that timeout. So we'll see if that counts. We'll see if they need that later in this half.
Another lovely, beautiful pull by San Francisco. And here come the Portland Stags ready to attack. Jeremy Norden controlling the disc. Norden looking at the backhand, flips it back to the right sideline.
That was Steve Kenton just catching the disc. I got a quick story for you, which is I just met someone out here in Portland, and I asked them, we're having a quick conversation. I said, have you ever heard of a professional ultimate Frisbee player? And he said, yeah, Steve Kenton.
Really?
So
Steve Kenton, that's the one.
Okay, well, I guess well done.
Not Timmy Hurston. Okay.
I was blown away, but nice job, Steve Kenton, on being awesome.
I love it. There's Eli Freeman again controlling with Norden. That one's popped by in the air and caught. That was Burton. And back to Camden Allison Hall, but that's broken up by the Dogfish. By Sam Adamson. Of course, his brother's Aaron Adamson, a member of the Portland Stags. And we have brothers battling it out, duking it out.
I love this. We have 2 teams of that. The DC Current have, and the Philadelphia Spinners have brothers.
Going to the end zone and a score. Look at the Dogfish. No calls, no fouls.
Adamson's a really, really good player, Brad. I think he's one of those players that if you fall asleep for a second, it's going to take advantage of you, and that's what he did. He just got that D when they weren't looking, and then he runs Norden across the field, so that's really well done.
Adamson with his first goal. It is a 3-2 Dogfish lead. Here's the replay of Sam Adamson's first goal. Nice backhand, nice and smooth. Adamson goes to the knees. Look at that. Look what I found. That's right. Tell your brother.
That's a nice job. A really, really nice job. Right, so they got Drew Kim out there on D. And if they get the turn, he should be a big deal.
The Dogfish with their first lead of this afternoon. 3-2. 8:59 left in the half. We are down to 54 degrees. Ooh, a bouncing disc taken right at the 31. Oh, missed there by Burton, and it's still rolling around. Innova. Look what you do to me.
I don't think that that's a big deal that they just had it roll around, except for the fact that they weren't organized, right?
Right.
It seems like they didn't know what they were doing.
And now this is the Stag team that we know. Ben Laurie, backhand, good. Looks good. That's Steve Kenton, Mr. Famous. Camden Allison Hall gets that down the left sideline, and there it is, into Ben Laurie for a score, and the Stags retaliate back, evening up everything at 3 apiece.
Yeah, it looked like they had him for a second, didn't it, Brad? It looked like that maybe they jammed it up, and then all of a sudden it was they were wide open again. So not the worst defensive play from Dogfish, but really, really nice work by the Stags.
Well, the Stags look like they've had many open receivers pretty much every possession. They've just made several mistakes, self-inducing mistakes.
Yeah. And now we get to see number 25 Minor Shaggins out there. So when they went 1-9 last year.
Defensive
specialist. And he was the one who made the big game-saving grab. And I had asked
against San Francisco.
Yeah, and I asked Coach Safdie, and he's like, "Is that Minor Shaggin?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you remember him?" He goes, "How could I ever forget?"
How could I forget? I did my homework.
You are nicely done,
right, thank
Brad
you.
Stein.
You got it. The commish on a mish.
You like that? I like the line. Can I use that after I win from next
No
week?
copyrights.
Okay, good.
No trademarks. You're allowed to take anything you want.
I like it.
And there it is, taken at the 35 by the Dogfish.
Another short pull.
It is. Portland struggled with that last week as well.
Did they?
A lot of short pulls. And a couple weeks ago when I did the game. And then they mixed in with some good ones. We'll see.
Yeah, I think they really, if you're going to pull it short, get it over to the sideline.
Ooh.
That's a nice bit.
Nice catch on the forehand. That's Drew Kim. Happy to be back in the line. If they're going to go down the field, they do have an open Dogfish. Reaches up at the left and got it. How about that? Short of the end zone. Are we here at the stall count? Looking for someone open, and there's the flip, and there's the score.
Beautiful.
San Francisco back on top, 4-3.
That was really, really nice.
Well done.
A patience right there, because he caught it, and I thought he was in. But the ref pointed him down. He stayed there calm and got it over, man. Nice goal. Very, very nice.
What do you think, Commish? We're going to have a game similar to last week, overtime, close, teams exchanging goals?
My heart can't take it if they keep going to overtime, Brad. So I'm going to hope not for overtime for myself, but I will hope it for the fans. Yeah, we talked in the beginning of this game, and I think it's going to be a close game. People are, the Dogfish are deep, so even though they're missing a couple top players today, I don't think it makes enough of a difference to make this an easy game.
I have a perfect excuse for why the Portland fans have been entering the stadium, Doc Harris here, very late. They just woke up from the crazy night that the Portland Trailblazers gave to the City of Roses on the unbelievable three-point shot, the buzzer beater by Damian Mr. Clutch Lillard.
I've never seen a better shot. I mean, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
All skill, completely. Here's Camden Allison Hall.
See, now they got their receiver back, and that's when you got to put a lot of pressure on, right? They want Camden Allison Hall downfield. Nice throw.
There's Eli Freeman. Freeman looking. There's Allison Hall. He is not getting it. Oh, he thought about the hammer. Still looking. Good goes backhand, and there's a catch. And it is Aaron Adamson, the brother of Sam, with the score. Whatever you can do, I can do brother. I can do brother.
I can do brother.
Forget about better.
Now copyright that one, because
I am copyright that one. 6'4", Aaron Adamson from Oregon State, the rookie.
So I
ties it up at 4.
If we have young players out there who see that, because you see Eli Friedman there take such patience, because he can throw the hammer over top, and it wouldn't have been a bad choice.
He's a seasoned
right, but he just waits for it. Look, he fakes it and says, you know what, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to take the easiest possible pass, and that's 100%. The hammer, you never know what's going to happen, and that was a really, really smart choice by him.
Are pump fakes taught often by coaches?
I would actually say that it is one of the most underdeveloped things, because a good pump fake can throw off the marker, it can throw off the D, and some people learn poor fakes, which then makes them less effective. But the top throwers have them. Like, even with Eli Freeman, it was a lazy fake, but it did its purpose, right? It just backed everybody up a little bit.
That's Mark Kissman for the Dogfish. Drew Kim. Kim backhands that. And here come the Dogfish trying to get into Portland territory. That's down the field all the way out of the reach. The Stags will take over on the turnover. They went for it, San Francisco. 6:45 left in the first half. Tied up at 4. Another tantalizing game by San Francisco and Portland.
Now Cody's got the disc. We'll see if Cody Bjorklund, we'll see how they can move this down now.
Like all the way down. Look at that catch by Adam Furia. Furia goes to the end zone, and it's Grant Cole.
And he puts it perfectly.
Grant, it was absolutely a perfect precision pass. Grant Cole scores, and the Stags retake the lead 5-4. That was beautiful. Honestly, Grant Cole's one of those experienced guys, 10 years playing experience. He played his college ball at Lewis and Clark. He knows what he's doing.
That was really good. I think I would throw to Ferreira every time. He is a fantastic cutter. And he was wide open. Yeah, let's look and see what we got here. Yeah, I mean, look, the deep puts here. See, he's so wide open. He has all that time to then go and approach the disc.
Oh, beautiful.
And he made that. That is not as easy as it looked. He made that look really, really, really easy. Nice job, Adam Ferreira.
Want to know what ultimate players do when they're not on the field? They play spike ball. It's a little bit of volleyball, a little bit foursquare, and a whole lot of awesomeness. Get $10 off normal retail online using promo code MLUROX1 at spikeball.com. Here comes the pull from the Portland Stags, who just took the lead 5-4.
You ever played spike ball, Brian?
I haven't, but Nick Darling was telling me about it. He said, you need to play. He said he was going to show me after the game, and he took off. Guy couldn't wait to get a beer.
Well, now you know Nick Darling.
I know Nick Darling very well.
Well,
it only took a couple hours.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. We'll get you out. It is a very, very fun game. Now, this is big, too. 6 minutes. Oh, man.
Almost intercepted. I don't know.
I don't know
what's going on. The Dogfish have it back. Here we go.
Let's get that one on replay. What was that?
That was great. Ian Ranahan back out.
Who was that?
The Tyler Boyd Meredith.
The Portland Stag was in front of him.
I thought so, too. It's back to Boyd Meredith. 5:37 left in the first half. Good defense by the Stags right now, staying with their men, hands in the face. They're going to go down the field. Here comes a Stag down there. Maybe a little contact. I see a hand on the shoulder. It floats up there. There's a Stag still up and finally incomplete. And that's going back over to Portland. You saw a bunch of Stags there, including Adam Furia, who we talked about a minute ago. And now
they're going to give it right back to him.
Maybe. Well, here it is. Up in the air. What a reach and catch.
Wow.
I don't think so. Peter Woodside makes the catch. Back to Grant Cole. They're going to go back to Woodside into the end zone.
Nope.
No,
he's not in.
Short.
He landed on the line.
He landed
He's got to
on
be
the
smart
line.
here, right? He's got to take his time.
Woodside gets it out to, and there's Cole. Grant Cole scores again. Great job by Woodside. You like the patience there, Kamish?
I like the patience. You know, it looks like the Dogfish were trying to say that the Stags had called a timeout, and maybe that's why they didn't run down the field. But you have to play to the whistle, Brad.
Yep.
You have to play. You cannot stop for anything.
Excellent call.
Now let's see
Same
what
in every sport.
The refs are going to come together and talk about this and see what happened. But it's going to be a goal.
Right. It's going to be a goal. Here's a replay. Let's take a look. Not that we can hear a timeout being called or signaled.
What? Look, he's in front of him, Brad.
That's Supnick. Supnick had that. What are you doing?
He is in front of him.
He was just being nice to Sam Adamson because his brother plays.
Yeah, I mean, Supnick looked frustrated. It looked like he thought maybe the disc was taken away from him. But you have to go get it. You have to be aggressive.
Right.
And he let that little inch of a window open for him to take it. So the goal does count, right?
Does count. It's 6-4. 2-goal advantage for the Stags.
Right,
Two unanswered goals. We've seen this quite often. This has been the narrative so far at Doc Harris Stadium. Camas, Washington. No rain so far. A little bit of rain on my way here to the ball game.
Yeah, while they were setting up the merchandise tent, which, by the way, is beautiful, I want to give a shout-out to Ruth Heisel. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. But I've had the pleasure of spending some time with her. Yeah, she'll kick my butt. I've had the pleasure of spending some time with her and her friend Becca, and the merch tent is so professional. It's fantastic. So I'm going to go buy a bunch of merch. Even though I could probably get it for free, Brad. I don't know.
You don't have to be one of those stars. You can pay. Drew Kim goes down low, gets hit.
Yeah, they should have called the foul.
And they
there.
are going to call, and
Good
that
job.
should be on Topher Davis.
Now, see, they need to set up a playoff this. They're not very organized on this.
They are missing Taylor, Caulfield, Grant, Jeffrey, and Boucher. It's a lot of Dogfish to be dogless,
Yeah.
we say. They combined for 16 points last week. The guys that are missing, 16 points.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
it's a lot of point production. But here come the Dogfish.
I think we can
Plenty
see
of time.
right here, though. Whoa, boy.
Oh, intercepted. What a pick. That is a snag. That's Topher Davis making up for the infraction.
And they're going to give it to him.
They're wasting no time. Here comes the Stags.
I was going to say that it
Ben
wasn't a
McGinn.
good excuse until right now, but I mean, they have to shut them down here.
Just very, very patient. Topher Davis, the rookie, all the way back in the end zone. Right-handed, miss it, but on the rebound. Yes, sir. You better believe it. Cody B. Yorkland with the score. 3-goal advantage for the Stags.
And you know, Brad, it's an exciting play. There's no doubt about it. And it's, you know, it's
Fans love
it's the fans love it, even though it's a mistake. But the problem is the Dogfish. There's one guy covering two. They needed to have more intensity than that. They're not going to win this game against the Stags if they don't run down and play the D. And right now they're looking like they're a little lackluster. They need to fix that.
What do you say if you're Justin Safdie defensively?
How
do you make the adjustments?
I think Justin Safdie is such a great coach, and he can put a fire in you. I mean, the tank can be empty, and he can fill it up in a second. I think he's got to give him one of his, you got to be willing to die out there talks. You got to do everything you can, and with your chin up. So the game ain't over. But I mean, look at them. 3 of them are on their knees out there. They're just too gassed at the moment. They need to get it back. And I'll tell you too, Brad, 7-5 is a whole lot better than 8-4. So this is a big score.
Absolutely.
Now that's a good pull.
That's a wonderful pull. Right in the goal. Here come the Dogfish. Let's see if they can answer back. Casino, 3 straight goals by this Portland team. San Francisco going down the field, and that is incomplete. They tried, they failed, and they look totally out of rhythm, both offensively and defensively. The Stags will take over.
I mean, the only thing, or what I should say here, is they got him on the sideline. They need to use this. This is a really, really good time to put a whole lot of pressure, and they need to make the best of this. And for the Stags, they need to move it quickly out of here.
Look at that hammer. Oh, that's a sloppy pass. Intercepted by the Dogfish, Ian Ranahan. And here come the Dogfish. Don't like that very much if you're a Stag. But the Dogfish will take it. They need a break.
Yeah, right choice and wrong execution for that one.
That's Eric Rivera on the practice squad, getting some playing time with all the absentees. That is knocked out of his hand. Is there a call? There is a call. There is an infraction, and that's going to be on number 22, Grant Cole. Cole has been very active tonight.
I think what you're seeing right there was a Grant Cole. Grant Cole, good sportsmanship, said that he did foul him. I think the referee wasn't actually going to give him to him, but decided to because Grant acknowledged it. So good on him.
I don't know if the coach is like that for Portland, but good on him.
Well,
Kissman.
They don't mind if they think he's doing the right thing. I think that it was missed. I guess you better be 100% sure, though, right?
Exactly. Don't want it to cost you a game. Mr. Casino, right in center field. Good pressure defense. Really difficult to find an open Dogfish.
Yeah,
and it goes right back to Yeager.
I mean, there's 2 guys in the back of the end zone not doing anything right now. I mean, they got to get engaged.
Nice. Eric Rivera gets it back center field. That's Ranahan. Ranahan back to James Yeager. Yeager gets that. They're moving, but they're going back. They're going forward. Let's see what Casino can do. Here we go. In the end zone for a score. Good look by Casino.
I'll tell you what, they scored. It wasn't pretty, but they scored. And
Yeah,
I guess
that's all that counts.
You'll take
Production.
it. That's a nice. What player is that? Is that Chris McCarty? Nice catch by Chris McCarty. That did not look easy.
McCarty's an underrated player, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't get a lot of playing time when it comes to their missing starters are in. So he, you don't get a lot of FaceTime and you don't get to hear a lot from him. But we'll see how he does for the rest of the game.
Here's the instant replay on the last goal. That was a great grab.
That was good reaction
with both
time.
hands. It really was. Good job by McCarty. If he makes catches like that, he's going to get a lot more playing time. He did play a substantial amount of minutes last week.
Did he?
But there was a lot of guys missing. And there was a lot of guys who came back.
Yeah, I
San
didn't
Francisco's been shuffling the lineup.
Yeah, I didn't look at the minutes from last week, so I didn't notice that. But that's good. Good for him then. That's he's getting his time.
Maybe I exaggerated substantial. And Staggy is sporting it right now.
Oh, the camera guy's got to get him. He's the coolest guy here.
Breakmark is an official merchandiser to the MLU and the exclusive provider of referee gear and headwear. Breakmark offers a wide variety of ultimate apparel. Shop online at breakmark.com.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of working with Matt Goldblatt, who's the owner, creator of Breakmark, and they're just a really, really good company that does some really, really nice gear. And for the college students out there, I don't know if they're still ordering now. Maybe it's club season, but you should definitely check them out. Just fantastic.
Is it?
2:18 left in the first half. A 2-goal advantage for the Stags, 7-5. But the Dogfish looking for more.
Northwest has been doing pretty good.
Portland will receive the pull.
Yeah, I was just I was daydreaming down there, looking at number 18 on the Dogfish, getting wrapped up. His shoulder was hurting him before, so that was Aaron Weaver, and I can't tell if they're going to get him back in, but he's a big body, so it seems like it'd be nice to have him back. But he looks like he has his hand tucked in, and I don't think we're going to see him again.
If we get a report, we will report it live. It's the only way we do this. We do it live. Jeff Snyder, the commissioner, joining me in the booth. I'm Brad Stein, and we're in Camas, Washington at Doc Harris Stadium. 2-goal advantage for the Portland Stags, 7-5, 2:17 to go. The Stags receive the pull. They're back on offense.
So we got a game of runs. Dogfish called their timeout right there to get their breath back and get a D here. Let's see if they can pull it off. They're playing kind of a soft zone.
Strout gets that. Camden, Allison Hall. Back out to Strout. The last game I did here a few weeks ago against Vancouver, Portland did a great job by controlling the disc and really fatiguing the Nighthawks. Especially in the second half, we saw a lot of that. Here's Camden, Allison Hall. Precision passing, good quick tempo. They displayed their athleticism. They didn't look like that 1-9 team. But I was told,
what a D, Brad. Wow.
Nice play. Dogfish needed that.
What a D.
And Michael Knapp and Danny Corral told me, they said, you're going to see a completely different Stag team. And he was exactly right. He exuded confidence, and that's what was shown on the field.
Now,
good for them.
And they're going
all
deep
the way
to Sam
downfield.
Adamson,
They
who
could
just
be.
got the D.
Adamson looks for it, grabs it with his right hand. They're saying a score. How about that? The Dogfish cut it to a 1-goal advantage. 1:14 left.
Now, I mean, if you
back-to-back goals.
If you ever want to know, Brad, why Safdie's respected as one of the best coaches, look what just happened. They were down 7-4. It looked really, really bad. He got his offense out there. They didn't do it pretty, but they scored to McCarty. He calls a timeout, which I don't know that I would have done. I didn't think it was the right call. Calls a timeout, rests him up. They come out. It looks like the Stags are going to do whatever they want. And then look at right there. Sam Addison gets an incredible D, and then they throw it right to him. I mean, that is bravo, Coach Safdie.
Very, very active for San Francisco. They're doing a remarkable job to only be down 1. A lot of turnovers, a lot of mistakes. They're only down 1.
Yeah, and they have a really, really big opportunity right here. And that was an amazing turnaround. Just 2 points ago, we were saying that they were, out of this game, and it looked like they'd had enough. So we'll see if they can tie it up.
Here comes the pull, and we have a whistle.
I think we're going to get an offsides call.
Yes, we are.
So that's going to move. Yep, that is the wrong time for that, Brad. That's going to move them back. They're going to move him back 20 yards. They're going to give it to him right on the 50.
And it's great field position for the Stags. With 1:14 left, they're great at killing the clock, playing efficient, ultimate. And here's Camden Allison Hall in Dogfish territory.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I mean, look, it got him from got him right to the 50, and they're getting easy password to start. So
Norden with the sliding catch. He's going to make a little flick all the way down the field. What a catch! That is Eli Friedman. Who would ever figure? He goes back to Aaron Adamson, and in the corner, there's Eli Friedman again. The guy touches the ball, he scores, he passes, he controls the tempo for the Stags, and he puts Portland up by 2.
I don't know if we'll get that replay, but I think, Brad, he might have thrown it right over the defender's head. If he throws it out a little outside, I think it gets D'd. I mean,
he's a good player.
He is.
Friedman. And here's the replay. You're getting exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can see it here. Look. I mean, it's like right behind his head, and I think if he puts it out a little bit, he probably swats away. And the best thing that Eli Friedman did there was he dumps it off, and then he sneaks his way over to the corner and makes it look easy. And nice job. What are you going to say? So what will the Dogfish offense do?
Trailing by 2, 52 seconds left in the first half. Back and forth game.
Now Aaron Weaver looks like he's warming up again on the sidelines, Brad.
He's going to give it a go. Probably won't see him in the first half, the rest of this half. And there's the pull. Low, lands right about the 28-yard line. The Dogfish looking for a huge score. Being down by 1 going into halftime is not that bad.
I'll tell you what
Kissman controlling the disc right now.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what I want here, Brad. If we don't score, they're not scoring. That's one thing.
All the way downfield with the big backhand. It's going to be caught. It reaches out. That's Kim. Is he in? No, he's not. No signal yet. San Francisco wants to score. It's going to be close. What a beautiful play by Kim.
Now, there's a foul call, but I can't tell if the foul's on Drew Kim or on the Stag.
Is it before the catch?
But it's got to be on Drew Kim if they stopped it early. Because you would let it would be a play on.
Okay.
Which would be really unfortunate.
We're going to see a replay of this last infraction.
That is a foul on Drew Kim.
Wow, it is Drew Kim. Let's take a look. Let's see. Where do you see it? Right there.
Oh, that's a tough call.
Was it incidental? That's why I didn't see it.
That's not. I mean,
yeah, I didn't think there was a call. That's why I kind of missed it. Let's take a look one more time. One more time. Good. Stop right there. Beautiful. Whoever's doing replays, great job. Let's see. No, he just fell down.
Well, he threw the hand out right there. I mean, look, I love our refs. They do a great job, and they make tough calls. But
okay, you're looking at the left elbow wrist.
You can tell why, because the hand extends a little bit, and I think the far ref thought that it was a push. So I don't want to say it's a bad call. It's just a tough call, and certainly a tough timing for it.
There's been a lot of tough calls this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough job. So again, a nice job on it by the ref. Just a tough call. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
It was still a great catch.
Yeah. What matters is because now the Stags call the timeout. Smart. I think that's a very smart timeout. They got to march down score. You can't waste it. You got 30 seconds, and this is like a dagger, right?
29 seconds, up by 2. This could be a dagger. Instead of going into halftime trailing by 1, you could be trailing by 3.
And look how much the coaches trust their players. You got the 7 guys out there organizing it on their own. That is when
Friedman, you can tell he's doing a lot of the talking.
Yeah, and that's when you have just a great system, when the coach can just say, all right, guys, you know what to do. Go out there and figure it, and let's run it. Here's my bet. If I'm wrong, don't tell anybody. But if I'm right, tell everybody, okay? I think this is a little play. I think you're going to see Camden Allison Hall in the front. You see him up there. And Eli Friedman in the back. I think Eli Friedman's coming down, and they're going to try and throw it deep to Allison Hall, so we'll see what happens.
Ben Laurie with the disc. We're down to 22 seconds to Camden Allison Hall. Can the Sags do it? They're going downfield. That's Eli Friedman back there with 2 Dogfish. Eli Friedman might push. He reaches up, and that is going to be a catch. Are you kidding me? It is caught by Steve Kenton. Wow. Kamish got a little excited there, a little scream in the left ear. It doesn't hurt anyone. We love that.
It hurt my own ear screaming.
That's why the right ear, that's my bad one. It's not covered. I was expecting you, Kamish.
I was so excited about that. It was a fantastic play.
It was.
It actually was reversed, right? It was Allison Hall throwing deep to Eli Friedman, but Steve Kenton, the pro, Kenton. Right? The people know his name. Brilliant. He hung back outside the pile, and Frisbee's not like a ball, right? The ball's going to hit the ground quick. Frisbee's going to float, and he waited for it. That was very, very smart.
Steve Kenton, been playing since 9th grade. A lot of experience. We're going to look at our instant replay on this catch. So there's Freeman going up. Looks like a little push in the back. No call. Freeman.
It's a really nice deed by 21 there.
Yeah, it was smacked by a Dogfish. And look at that. Reach and grab. He just snagged that. Ken, are you kidding me?
That was Jackson Stearns. Comes in with a beautiful D. And it's a shame that's wasted. And there's nothing I think Coach would tell him he needed to do better. It just is. It just happened. He gave it his best effort.
Is that the highlight of the day so far?
I think that is.
Okay. But not the highlight of the 24-hour period. That would have to go to Damian Lillard. And look at that pull. Rose all the way in the end zone. Huge mistake by the Dogfish.
Now, look, here's what I'm doing. I am letting the clock die. I'm going to pick it up, throw it to one person, and let it die.
Danger zone here. They're going to go down the field. There's a completion. Let's see. They have enough time. There's 6 seconds left. Ooh, just got it. That was Casino. Casino goes all the way down the field, up in the air. It's still hanging. It's going to go out of bounds. Out of play, and that's the end of the first half. It was exciting. We saw a lot of goals being scored. It is Portland 9, the Dogfish 6.
Well, I got to tell you that for as much as the Dogfish did right to bring it back, Brad, that was a really disappointing end. The disc hits, rolls in the back. Somehow they throw it. They actually get a shot downfield, which was kind of surprising, but that was not their best way to end. They need to do better.
If you're Justin Safdie, what do you say at halftime? What's the first thing you say?
Oh, God.
There's so many, right?
Well, there's so many things to say, and Justin Safdie's so good, he'll know exactly what to say. I think it's just stop making the mistake for them. They're not even forcing mistakes right now. You're just making them, just unforced errors. So just concentrate on the things you can do, and when they're doing it right, they look great. So it's not that bad. They just need to tighten it up.
Morgan Hibbert leads the flock as the Nighthawks host Seattle. Come see Donnie Clark and the Rainmakers as they try to clip Vancouver's wings. May 10th at 7 p.m. The Nighthawks are flying south to San Francisco. Can Morgan Hibbert lead his team to a victory on the road? Or will Evan Boucher and the Dogfish take a bite out of Vancouver? May 17th at 2 p.m.
back out. Let's tell it. Because we'll have to call back. Yeah, I'll tell.
Okay, they said they're not using the sound, the video right now, but they're using the audio from this one.
Changed everything, and now they have this swagger, right? They come out and they look incredible, and Camden Austin Hall's got this thing about him, right? Oh, you get to see it now. Yes.
Yeah, now we have it. Darth Vader took his helmet off. You didn't get to see him when he was wearing Darth Vader. Now he's just
Super
a regular.
Mario, so.
Okay, Super Mario.
Yeah, see, look, he's got the Mario hat. Come on, it's not
Good
a regular.
eyes.
You think he would just do a regular hat?
Of course not. This is Portland, for Pete's sake.
So this gentleman can do all of the things that most people can't, right? Unicycling is something normal people can't do.
He's
this.
going down again. It looked like him just went down.
Now, look, if you're watching this, like, the flames are going to come out of this thing. This cannot be safe. We need a fire marshal here.
Extraordinary.
Yep, you're seeing it. Oh man, this is Portland is my new town. I got to come here a whole lot.
We got to bring you out here. We'll get some wine, red wine. Can't drink beer.
So what do you think, Brad? I know you haven't seen Ultimate as much, and you're newer to this. What do you see as the keys for the Dogfish to get it back?
Is probably fluid disc movement, moving the ball, limiting turnovers. That's what I'm seeing right now. Is they're turning over the disc just way too much.
Yeah.
They got to be careful with their throws and catches, and get more players open. Thought that Portland's done a magnificent job defending as well as they could. And then if you flip the other side, San Francisco defensively is not keeping up with the speed and athleticism. That's why I brought that question up to you earlier. I was a little worried, could San Francisco, do they have the athletes to keep up with Portland? And they can get downfield, but they also can really wear you out and fatigue you, and I'm seeing a lot of that. San Francisco just has to be patient. This game's about patience. It's about being fluid and not turning the ball over and capitalizing on mistakes. If they can do that, and they did a good job of capitalizing on several Portland mistakes early in the first half, in the second quarter and in the first quarter, if they can continue to capitalize on Portland's mistakes, because everyone's going to make them, they should be okay, and they can get back in the game. But can they win? Yeah. It's hard when you're missing Taylor, Caulfield, Grant, Jeffrey, 16 points from last week. And, of course, Boucher, who was supposed to be here, and he couldn't make the trip. It's a lot of players, but we like to attribute success in Major League Ultimate is schematics. It's about preparation, coaching. Both these teams look like they have a great one, or great ones, plural.
Yeah. I mean, you got it perfectly right. So, I mean, you can see what I think all the other fans out there can see. And I just hope that Safdie gets what he wants out of his guys, and that they still believe they can win this. And then for the Stags guys, I hope that they don't take the foot off the pedal, because no one's playing to their top level yet. So if someone comes out here and really puts it on, this game could get out of hand.
Jerk motion going on.
We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll come back for more second half action here at Doc Harris Stadium in Camas, Washington, with your score: the Stags 9 and the Dogfish 6.
Travis Mazer leads New York down to the capital city to try to tally a win against Alan Kolick in the current. Can DC crumble the rumble? Come on out and see May 10th at 6 p.m. Matt Esser and the Spinners are heading north to take on Boston. Can Philly notch a win on the road? Or will Jeff Graham and the Whitecaps defend their turf? May 10th at 7 p.m.
Welcome back to Doc Harris Stadium. I'm Brad Stein, joined by the Commissioner, Jeff Snader. Thank you very, very much for coming all the way out from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the great Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of my favorite movie, Rocky Balboa, Sly Stallone, 1976.
Look, let's be honest, Brad. It's not the home of your favorite movie. It's the home of your 6 favorite movies.
It really is. You already know me. You're learning me. I am such a Rocky loser. I still listen to the music when I work out. Am I a geek?
Oh,
You can be honest. Yes.
No, I mean, come on.
I'm a geek.
Look,
Burning
Rocky
Heart.
changed the art museum steps because you walk up and you're like, hey, I'll run. I'll just run up them real quick, and then I'll put my arms up at the top. Yeah, it's.
Do people ever do it with dogs? Like
Oh
he
my-
did in Rocky? Okay.
Oh, come on.
Like holding them by the side, running with their dog? I
It's
love it.
uncomfortable going to the art museum because it's an art museum, right? Let us not forget. Let's not forget that, like, there's Van Gogh, right, and Picasso there, and yet for years Rocky was at the center of the steps at the top. So we have problems in Philadelphia because we think that that's art, but hey, I agree. So I guess I'm one of the problems.
Between the Rocky statue and Gino's steaks.
Pat's.
Philly cheese. Oh,
Pat's.
Pat's is better than Gino's?
Oh, well,
Really?
Can I say that on? I mean,
No, of course.
I don't
You
want to
could be
get
honest.
Gino or Pat upset,
No,
but
no.
Pat's is
Honestly.
they're very different.
Yeah.
People don't know they're very different.
What do they do differently?
So Pat's, it's whether you chop the steak or leave it in like long patties. So Gino's they don't chop it up. You kind of it's like more of like a looks like a steak on there. But Pat's chops it up really really fine, and there's I don't know, more grease. I don't know what they do.
Oh, do I miss that? I had one at the Philly airport. That was the last Philly steak and cheese sub I had, and it was fabulous.
I mean, the big thing people don't know what they don't understand. It's the bread. You need the right bread because
has
it's
to
only
be the
3
right bread.
ingredients.
It has to be the right
It's got to be the right bread. But now in
Is
Portland,
bread the most important ingredient, or is it the cheese?
it's the bread.
It is the bread, number one.
So here's the problem. If you use the wrong bread, it gets soggy in 2 seconds, and it ruins the texture. The bread has to be able to
Withstand.
has to withstand the heat and the cheese. So look, we're very serious about this, Brad.
And I'm
okay?
very
Look-
serious about my pizza. My family comes from Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Very, very serious thing there.
Oh yeah,
And
no.
when we compare it and contrast it to Chicago pizza, there's no comparison. Who wants that thick crust?
I have friends in Chicago.
Okay.
They're not going to listen to this, but you're so right. Come on, Brooklyn pizza is the
It's
pizza.
the best.
Okay.
Famous Owls, Owls famous, Owls, famous Owls.
So I came here and I said, now what is Portland? I said, what food is Portland famous for? I
Food
asked-
courts.
That is not the answer they gave me.
Okay.
They said-
sloppy cakes.
They just said beer.
Beer. Oh, no. Let me tell you what. Portland, I've lived in several states. Portland has some of the best restaurants and food I've ever had before, but I'm a healthy geek. So maybe I'm biased.
Well, that's okay.
Very healthy restaurants. I love it. I've had some of the best Vietnamese, Mexican here, and Lebanese. Mediterranean. Do you like that?
Well, yeah. Ooh, and I've heard that they told me, I should say, that this was a big food cart place.
Mm-hmm.
So we went there last night. They took me there. I don't know how to explain it. There's not like there's 5 food carts. There's like
Millions.
blocks full
Millions.
of food carts, and it's really, really neat. And it was a nice experience. So, I dig the town. They have lots of good beer and lots of
Oh,
food.
yeah.
And
Lots of beer.
it's pretty much
Lots of us weird people.
and then a bunch of weird people.
Some beautiful weather, some not so lovely weather. Combination of everything. But we aim to please, and Stoney the Stag is throwing out towels, shirts, and hats. Everyone's happy.
They got a good crowd here. This is a lot
Beautiful
of fun.
crowd.
And a few dogfish hats I see out there.
Yeah. They travel with the team. How about that?
Is that your wife waving at us down there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can't see that, on the stream, but just so you understand, all the young gentlemen out there, if your wife is waving at you, you wave back. Or Brad
I
will
did.
just he'll get his
I
butt
gave
kicked later.
the old New York salute.
The
East Coast salute.
I can guarantee everyone in New York knows exactly what it means, and nobody else has a clue.
We're ready for second half action. The Dogfish trail by 3, 9-6. Portland will throw the pull. That means San Francisco will receive the pole. Process of elimination. See, I learned that in grade school, 3rd grade. I also learned cursive and how to read.
Oh, man, you started early. Okay, so this is big, right? They come out of half. You know, we're having fun up here. Let's see if they're having fun down there. Can they get this disc and they work it down? I see, you know, Drew Kim on the line, and I expect that he's the guy out there who's going to, you know,
turn his camera.
Yeah, he's going to be the captain out there. He's going to be the leader and say, "Let's march down."
He has to.
He's the experience there. So let's see what happens.
Here comes the pull from Topher Davis. Second half action starting at Doc Harris, San Francisco. Dogfish on the offense. They're starting the defense chant already, trying to get in the heads of this. There's Mark Kissman who's got a lot of playing time because of all the injuries and stuff. They're going all the way down the field, reaches up, and it is snagged for a score. How about that? The Dogfish answer in 18 seconds. Only 18 seconds, Commish, have expired, and we have a goal. It is a 2-point advantage for the Stags.
I mean, the crowd was chanting, getting pumped up, and they shut him up quick. I mean, that was that didn't even look like the right play. I didn't think he was going to throw it at all, but beautiful by number 3.
We will definitely get a replay on this. He threw it down the field. That's how you answer. Justin Safdie has to be happy with that. I wonder if that was the exact play he drawed out. Here comes a replay. Do you think he drew this play up? I
don't know. I mean, look at the throw by Drew Kim.
It is just all the way downfield. What a backhand. All the way in the end zone.
I mean, we don't get him in the camera so late, but Cody Bjorklund, who is a very good player, was right on his hip. And I would actually say that they scored because Bjorklund didn't think the throw would go up.
Probably not. The Stags. They let that go over the head. That was Steve Kenton.
Look at that mistake.
Big mistake. Now they're going to go back to the end zone. Back to Bree Strout, going to get that out there. Eli Freeman looking for something. They have it well defensed. And Laurie is all the way to the left. That's Strout leading things right now. There's Ben Laurie, just snags it off the ground. Just on her way up by 2. Very important possession for the Stags. They don't want to be lackadaisical on this. They don't want to be complacent. You gotta push the pace. Eli Freeman now.
And they're doing this zone again. They're just trying to wear him out a little bit.
There it is. Laurie, nice quick passes. Back to Eli Freeman, controlling the pace. Camden Allison Hall also on. There's Laurie again. Camden Allison Hall is going all the way down the field. Thought about Laurie. He thought better. He's going to go across the field. And there's Camden Allison Hall. Oh, he tried to reach up. I think he missed time his jump. And there's Eli Freeman. The crowd likes that one. Freeman saves it. Let's see. Mark Burton has it. We haven't heard too much of Mark Burton's name. Maybe the second half will be Burton time. They're going all the way to the end zone. Reaches up. Freeman cannot get it. Roll. Goes out of bounds. There's the disc. Going to land on back. And a turnover for the Stags.
Aren't sports the greatest thing, Brad? We end the half with the disc rolling by the Dogfish, and they made a bunch of mistakes. We start the half with the disc rolling by the Stags, and they make a bunch of mistakes. Now, they did do a nice job, but the Dogfish, give them all the credit. They earned that one.
These two teams are more evenly matched than we think. There's a hammer to start things up. He reaches up and gets it. Adamson, who's had a heck of a game so far.
He's open.
They are really moving. The Dogfish look rejuvenized. Here come the Dogfish going down the field. Then that is caught. Aaron Weaver, who is injured. They're going to go to the end zone. Just at the goal line, no score. Looking for someone open. And they're going to lay it out. Oh, incomplete. Oh, a huge blunder. Adamson couldn't reach it.
All I can think about, Brad, is the difference between that play and Eli Freeman, right? Eli Freeman stayed patient and did something simple, and that one wasn't. That one was hard.
The Dogfish putting on the double team right now. We've seen that a couple times in the first half. That's Jeremy Norden. Oh, and there's a turnover for the Stags. Back-to-back turnovers by each team. The Dogfish take over 7-17 and counting left in the third. The Dogfish still trail by 2. That's a deficit. Trying to get in the end zone. Could the Dogfish do it? Looking for that opening. There it is. A little flick. And Adamson again. Nice sneak. Good defensive effort by the Stags.
Brad, I would guess the stall was at 6.9 seconds right there. Close. I don't know how he got it off.
It was really close. I was trying to count that.
Wow.
in my head.
You see, look,
Just like that.
And look who's in the game. So that's Aaron Weaver. So he is back.
I mentioned that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
He made one of the catches.
Brad, I wasn't listening.
That's okay. It's okay. You're concentrating. Can I call you out, Commissioner? I never call you out.
You just called me out.
Never.
Well, congratulations. I'm happy for him that he gets back out there. He looks good. What I like is that they got the D right back. Right, that's a big deal for the Dogfish. So, and now this one is the Stags offense comes out, and we have a saying in Ultimate, right, or just a motto, more of it, of like, if you're on offense, you should be as cold as ice, right, and if you're on defense, you should be the fire, because you know, it takes hustle on defense, but you need to be cool on O. So let's see if they can be cool on this offensive possession.
1 goal advantage for the Stags. Back-to-back goals for the Dogfish. Oh, Laurie couldn't come up with that. It's going right back to San Francisco. That's 3 straight turnovers by Portland to start off the second half. Not good. Not what you want to see if you're Danny Quarrel or Michael Knapp.
Look at the confidence. They're setting up the play. They're running what they want to run.
Completely different game. They could tie it up with a goal on this possession. Oh, what a snag by the right hand. They're going to go to the end zone, and there's number 13. Guess who?
That is a game.
Your guess is as good as mine. We can't find him on the roster, number 13. We held it in for this long, but I have to say it.
I know. Well, we'll find him.
We'll find him.
We'll find out who he is. Right now, he's Mr. Special.
He is Mr. Special. He's made a bunch of goals. We'll take the replay on him. Let's see, because he does have his name on the back. Tie game.
It's a nice. That's Sam Adamson right there. It's a nice play. And you know what? Or no, it's number 12. But he gets up. He gets up, and you know the tendency is to get too excited, right? And then and throw a bad throw. But he got up and threw it nice and smooth.
Very smooth.
Oh, we're gonna see that name.
Caught that with his left hand and then exchanged.
They're messing with us. Look,
they are messing with us. Turn around, number 13, please.
Oh man, this turned into a game, Brad. We're 9-9. It was 9-6, right? It was 9-6. We started this half.
Going into the third quarter. We're tied up at 9. 6:31 left in the third. Here's the pull from the Dogfish. This one is pretty high, and it looks good. And it's going to be taken on the ground by the Stags. Let's see what Portland does offensively here. This is one of their biggest possessions right now. 3 straight unanswered points by the Dogfish.
Ooh, he's got him trapped a bit.
Good trap right there. Grant Cole gets it out to center field. That's huge catch. And here they go. There's a wide open man down the left sideline. They don't go to him, and that was Peter Woodside begging for the disc. Now they go to Woodside. He's at the left corner.
Adam Ferreira again making a big play and then got away with a travel there. So he did. I think he was lucky.
I agree with that call. Ben McGinn now. Oh, almost broken up by Adamson. Couldn't get it. There's Topher Davis. Quick passes. Portland's in great position right now to regain the lead. A backhand. And that goes back to Grant Cole. And we have we do have an infraction.
So we have the marking foul.
It's going to be on San Francisco.
That'll move him up
a few yards.
It's not the yards that matters right now. It's the setup time. They should be setting up a play so they know exactly what they want to do. Oh, he burned him. Ooh.
They're going to go to the end zone. Oh, and then score by Portland. The Stags answer back after 3 straight goals by the Dogfish.
Nice catch.
It was Peter Woodside, 6'4", from Dixie State College. Puts the Stags back in the lead 10-9 with 5:36 left in the third.
Yeah, I mean, that was that throw didn't look like it was going to be beautiful, but it was. It landed right in his lap.
We're going to go to a quick replay. Here's Peter Woodside putting the Stags back on top. Look at the hammer.
Whoa. I mean,
hammer time, man. He goes to the knees, makes it look a little more difficult than it was. Beautiful.
Didn't get that great of a shot of it, but I think for the young players out there who are looking at it, the thing was that he put the hammer with a lot of blade on it, so it came down quickly, and if he realized he had a small window to get it to him. So nicely done.
The pull from Portland. And that's a high one, much, much better. going to be taken at the 14-yard line by San Francisco.
Uh-oh.
Taylor Casino. Oh, it is broken up on the D. No call. The Stags are in great position to score again. Here they come. That's Ben McGinn.
This is big. They got to
Supnick.
make him work.
Have to make them work. Supnick looking to go backhand. And back to Grant Cole. Cole gets a quick strike. And the score. Cody Bjorklund, it looked like.
It
was Bjorklund.
I hope that people saw how incredible. Was 22 Supnick?
No, 22 was Cole.
It was Cole. I want them to see how incredible what Cole, he made something that was very hard look very easy.
He's had a remarkable evening so far.
He just ran his defender off, and then you saw that he kind of like got in the way and then was able to turn up and get a few extra yards before he caught the disc and then threw the pass. Most people would have just caught it, wouldn't have been able to break the mark there. That was incredible body control. Beautiful.
Let's see if we can get the replay. They're stoning the Stag in the crowd. Replay on the pass from Grant Cole to Bjorklund. Portland 2 unanswered goals. Take it 11-9. Here comes the replay right before the pull from Portland.
Oh, we got the D.
There's the defense.
I think 88 could have done a better job trying to draw the foul.
We'll go back later. We'll go back. We're back to live action at Doc Harris Stadium. The Dogfish take over after 2 straight goals by the Stags. Makes it 11-9. Portland lead. They're going all the way downfield. Could he catch up to it? Man falls down, and there it is. There's the score. It looked like James Pollard.
That was a nice job by Pollard. He's got Eli Blackman right on his tail. Blackman looks like he gets caught up in his feet and loses it, and he makes it look easy. Nicely done.
Imperative goal for the Dogfish to make this a 1-point advantage for the Stags. Once again, the Dogfish show that veteran leadership and the great coaching by Justin Safdie. They're not going to let Portland go in the gentle good night. And here we go on a replay on that. We'll take a look at the Dogfish on that score all the way down. Pollard makes the play, catches it with his left hand, makes it a sensation.
You saw
Eli Blackman fell.
Yeah, you saw the end zone flag there. Just not a lot of wind. This is a thrower's dream, right? They're just they're getting what they want. And does it ever cease to amaze you how far they can just chuck that thing?
Unbelievable, especially the first time I witnessed one of these games. I called it. I'm like, wow, look at the control they have over this disc. I remember doing it on the beach, and it would always wind up in the ocean, and I would get yelled at by my parents. Who would ever figure? Eli Freeman controlling it. Controlling the disc for the Stags. Camden Allison Hall just picks that up before it hits the ground. 4:42 left in the third. Dogfish trail by 1. They're going to go all the way down the field. There's a man. It is a Stag. That's Topher Davis. Davis has it, looking for some help. They get it back. Nice job. That's Jeremy Norton, who always controls it. Norton goes backhand. Caught, bobbled. Eli Freeman does what he does so well. Back to Norton. And there's a flick and a score just inside the right part of the end zone.
Oh, God, goes
that
crazy.
Is Adrian King. And Portland goes back on top by 2 goals.
That was really well done. They had some pressure, and they worked it, and they did exactly what they wanted to do there. Nice job, Stags. So I got to have dinner last night with Coach Michael Knapp, and the first time, he's played for a while, and I actually think I did meet him on the West Coast years ago, but it was really the first time I got to just sit down and chat with him and get to ask him a bunch of questions. He's a phenomenal leader, Brad. Like, he's exactly what people talk about when they're talking about coaches. He's just he's got a special something. I would follow him anywhere. Yeah,
they are following him. This Portland Stags team.
You know what he has? He has that thing where if everything was going wrong, you would look to him and he wouldn't be worried.
He wouldn't be worried at all.
He just
need that.
Nothing's going to faze him. I really like him.
All the best teams, all the best leaders, all the best sports have them.
Yeah.
And the Portland Stags have theirs. Dogfish take over, trailing by 2 again with 4:13 left in the third. We are Portland Sports Beat, bringing some MLU action, doing it live on MLU, MLUltimate.com. Here come the...
Comes in.
Dogfish all the way in the end zone, and the Dogfish come back with a score.
That is a beautiful
Corey
throw.
Lee, his first goal of the day was a beautiful throw. That's number 3 again.
I feel like Corey Lee just teleported. He was catching the dump 2 throws ago, it felt like, and all of a sudden he was downfield. Nicely done. That was hustle. I love hustle.
Let's do another replay of Corey Lee's catch. But a better throw by number 3. Can you get his name? I saw an M. That's all I saw. Look at Lee. Reaches up.
So we got Mr. Special and Mr. Magic. Okay, that's who they are, right?
He's been a big reason why the Dogfish are in this game right now. Sensational.
To give all the fans a score update out there for the other games, we have Boston 4, New York 4. We just started the fourth quarter. Or not fourth quarter, second quarter. So 4-4 in the fourth quarter. Boy, they're just not scoring, were they?
What about New York and D.C.? I think they had a 3 p.m. Pacific start.
That's Philly, D.C. Have a start, so they should be starting too.
You sure?
Okay. Am I wrong with it?
I have New York, D.C. written in the notes.
Well, New York can't be playing
twice.
Boston and D.C. at the same time.
Okay, someone made a mistake. That one's up in the air, and it's grabbed by a stag. Retaliation at its best. How do you like me now? Cody Bjorklund comes back with 2 goals scored in the third. The Stags regain the 2-goal advantage, 13-11.
I can't wait for this replay. That was sexy. That's all right.
That was sexy. We can use that word.
Look at the confidence. He went up and got that, and it's such a confidence thing when you can throw it and know your guy's going to bail you out. So let's see.
Here comes a replay. Bjorklund doesn't mess around. A huge flick.
He has no right to catch that disc.
Wow, he just snagged that. How much is that? Is just strength in the hands?
I don't. Actually, I wouldn't say it's just strength. It's the fact that he had the timing right. I mean, so we always talk about positioning, getting in front. You always want to be in front of your person so that your hips are in front of theirs and you can body them out. I think it's just strength of his whole body. He jumped up and got over him. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Friction gloves.
Friction gloves.
Very well.
They do work.
I asked Mr. Chris Hancock if they help pick up ladies. He said no.
Well, he's not going to tell you that. He's not going to.
He's not going to give me secrets, of course. I told him I'm married. You have nothing to worry about. The Dogfish look to counter down by 2. 3:23 left in the third. I'm Brad, joined by the commissioner, Jeff. Mr. Jeff Snyder to me. Look at that respect.
Corey Lee's open. Oh, he doesn't see him.
Does not see him. And Corey Lee still trying to get open. There he is. And going back to Casino. Casino at the right hash of the field. He's going to go across, and we're going to have a stall. Saw that. He tried to get it out. He could not make the throw. And there it is. Team turnover by San Francisco. The Stags will take over. Ooh, that was a crucial mistake.
That's going to kill Coach Safdie, Brad, because he had one hit. He had his first look, and he could have given it, and it was an easy look. He had his second look, and he didn't do it, and his third look was a stall, and that is.
He was a little bit too hesitant.
And Corey Lee was on fire right there. Still is.
He was. Back to Eli. You're in good hands with Friedman. Friedman gets it to the middle of the field. That's Topher Davis. Stags working it. Nice quick passes. This is what they were doing the last 2 games. Last week against San Francisco and their home opener against the Nighthawks. Very smooth, very fluid. Nice crisp catches.
Brad, there are guys catching the disc 20 yards open. The Dogfish have to get on.
That is a good point.
Keep working, Rocky. Keep working, Rocky. Get him tired.
Ooh.
Oh, and there's a drop. Finally, Eli Freeman, Mr. Reliability. Uh-oh. We might see the headlines in Portland paper now, just like they did Kevin Durant. Uh-oh. A guy who averages over 30 points a game. Unanimous MVP.
Yeah, and now we talk about the things that kill Coach Quarl or Coach Knapp, right? There was no defense being played, and they gave the disc back. That kills you as a coach.
This is what the Dogfish, we talked about at halftime, Dogfish need to take advantage of this. You need to be opportunistic when the Stags give you. They're going to give you plays like this. As good as Eli Freeman is, he's one of the leaders in turnovers. He just is because he handles the disc so often. Mm-hmm. Let's see what this Dogfish, they're trying to get open. Boy, the Stags defense is pretty stout.
What a
nice
throw.
Throw all the way across the field to the right sideline. There's Kim. Drew Kim in his first action.
He just threw a 50-yard swing pass.
Kissman gets that out, and they're going to go to the middle of the field. Nice catch. There it is to the end zone. Kim's looking, turns around, makes the catch. How about that for the Dogfish? Kim says, take that. I will take advantage of that Portland turnover.
Wow.
Back to a 1-point Stags lead. The Dogfish come back. Every time you think that Portland has this game and they're going to make that second leap to take advantage of this game, the Dogfish answer right back.
I mean, I don't know how to explain how hard that swing pass just was, but he just swung it 50 yards across the field and it changed the whole thing. I mean, look at this. That's a huck.
Wow, it is a huck.
Somehow, I mean, no wonder it's not. There's no defense on it. You would never think someone would throw it that far across the field.
How often do you see a throw like that?
You don't see it because it's risky.
Very risky.
And then this pass, he sneaks in.
Oh, man, nice catch and a better little flip.
Wow. That was really impressive because Drew Kim's looking over his wrong shoulder
and takes the adjustment.
Takes a deep breath, turns around. Wow. That's an athlete.
That's a team effort by San Francisco, and that's what it's going to take to beat this Stags team. This isn't the 1-9 Stags anymore. This is the 2-0 Stags who beat you in San Francisco at Boxer Stadium last week. Ben Laurie's going to go hammer time all the way across the middle of the field. There's Adrian King, who's played quite a bit today for the Stags. Back to Laurie. Look, and there's Camden Hall. Camden Allison Hall. You better be careful on the stall.
They're playing D.
Much better defense right now. Oh, just reaches out. King saves that for Portland. You're in good hands with Jeremy Norden. Second year in MLU, 14 years playing experience. They're going to go down the field, but we're going to have a call way before that. It is going to be San Francisco.
Oh, what a rough one.
It's a pick.
That's a pick. That's going to move him back, and he had Camden Allison Hall wide open.
Wide open. Camden Hall has the disc in his hand. He is displeased.
That is a big call. And it's the absolute right call, and it was a mistake. It's the Stags' fault. I think it was Jeremy Norden run his guy through.
That's 2 in a row. 2 huge mistakes by the Portland team. We said it's going to happen. Opportunities.
Let's see how they handle this. And they got the double team set up right away.
There's hammer time all the way to the left sideline. Nice catch. And here come the Stags. There's Allison Hall. Looking back to Norden. Norden goes flick style over to Laurie. Laurie looking, and they're going to go right back to Norden in the center of the field, right around the 35. Up by 1 with 37 seconds left in the third quarter. A big score would be.
Look what Kenton and Norden are doing. They are just running them ragged.
Nice. Norden, nice move. In the end zone, wide open, and a score. The Dogfish kept up with them as long as they could. And once again, the Stags go up by 2. Camden Allison Hall, some young player. That's their farm system, University of Oregon. That's what it seems like.
And you know what? You're looking at the players outside. They're upset because there wasn't a pick call, but they didn't deserve it there either.
Not that time. Let's go back to replay, instant replay.
Look at they were going up the line, repeat. Wow, what a great defensive effort to try. But here's the problem. Going up the line is an extreme advantage, right? Because you get it now, you have an extra 5 yards, so you have more options for throws. A huge part of defense is saying, I'm not going to let you go up the line. If you're going to hit the dump, which is a reset pass, you got to go backwards. So instead of throwing a 50-yard huck, now you have to throw a 60-yard huck. Now that's harder. And the Dogfish have to get better at that.
Want to know what Ultimate players do when they're not on the field? They play spike ball. It's a little bit volleyball, a little bit foursquare, and a whole lot of awesomeness. Get $10 off normal retail online using promo code MLUROX1 at spikeball.com. Here comes the poll. We have a call before. Is there an offsides? What could it be?
I think we do. We got another offsides.
I need to learn this game spike ball before I get cranky.
Oh, we're going to have some fun.
Good.
I mean, if you go to the beach, so you're talking about the beach. See, Frisbee at the beach, you got to be really, really good because it's all the wind. But spike ball at the beach,
nothing.
You don't have to be that good. You still have a lot of fun throwing it around. All right, so I guess they traded mistakes on this one, so each of them will get at the 50-yard line.
Good starting position for San Francisco. 27 seconds left, plenty of time to score. There's the defense chant. Let's see what the Dogfish have up their sleeve. Working the field. That's Casino going down the field. There's a wide open man. Kissman makes the catch. Mark Kissman, where have you been? The offensive handler. That is beautiful.
I'm going to give myself a Charlie horse cheering over. That was incredible.
Kamish, you are really into this game. You love Major League Ultimate, don't you?
I just love, I love Ultimate Frisbee no matter where it is, but I certainly love this the most. I mean, that was a catch. Who was that? Was that Kissman you said?
That is, yes, that was Mark Kissman.
Man, that was a play. Let's see. Oh, good. We get
It's
to see
a
that.
replay. Mark Kissman.
I mean, it's a great put by Casino. It's the right choice.
One. Kissman goes right hand. Oh, that is beautiful. It looked like a thumb and 3 fingers.
I think you got it right.
3 fingers, right?
Thumb and 2 fingers doesn't catch it, but
No.
thumb and 3 fingers gets it.
Give him the extra finger, exactly.
He took a good angle. That was well done. Very, very smart. And now they're down by 1 again.
And here comes the pull by San Francisco. 11 seconds on the clock. They're going to let this one roll. And it's touch right around the 37-yard line on the field. And the clock will start right now. And King is going all the way down backhand. No one there except for a Dogfish. And there's 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, 1 second. That's the end of the third quarter here at Doc Harris Stadium in Camas, Washington. Your score, the Portland Stags 14 and the San Francisco Dogfish 13. We'll be back for some hot, sizzling fourth quarter action. I'm Brad, along with the commissioner, Jeff, and we always do it live.
Chris Mazur leads New York down to the capital city to try to tally a win against Alan Kolick in the Current. Can DC crumble the Rumble? Come on out and see May 10th at 6 p.m. Matt Esser and the Spinners are heading north to take on Boston. Can Philly notch a win on the road? Or will Jeff Graham and the Whitecaps defend their turf? May 10th at 7 p.m.
One of the main reasons we're able to bring you this game live is our partner, Elemental Technologies. Elemental is the leading supplier of video solutions for multi-screen content delivery, providing unmatched solutions, more than 250 leading media franchises worldwide. Elemental helps pay TV operators, content programmers, film studios, and sports broadcasters bring video to any screen, anytime, all at once. To learn more, please visit www.elementaltechnologies.com and follow at Elemental Tech on Twitter. Welcome back to Camas, Washington at Doc Harris Stadium, home of the Portland Stags, where they're up by 1 goal, 14-13. It's been one heck of a battle on the rematch.
It has been. It has been quite the game here. I asked a few players ahead of time what I thought the score was going to be, and they, on the Stag side, they had said they thought it was going to be further apart right now. So I think they expected to win by more, or at least be in a bigger lead. So
yeah, Chris Hancock told me 4 goals.
Okay. So, you know, it's obviously not what they thought. This is more of a barn burner than they thought they're going to be in. So let's see who wants to finish it.
The pull from the San Francisco Dogfish. Here comes the noise, and here come the Portland Stags. 9 minutes and 57 seconds left for MLU action. See how Portland starts his fourth quarter. This will be very interesting. They're going to go all the way down the field. A huge flick up in the air, reaches and grabs it and scores. And the Stags back up to a 2-goal advantage. And it looked like Eli Friedman with the catch and the score. And it is Mr. Friedman.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Jeremy Norden, Eli Friedman. Who is Jeremy Norden to Eli Friedman? I mean,
it's
It just is. They're
repetitive.
They're not stoppable. So
Unstoppable.
So I think, you talk about what Safety wants to do. He probably says, all right, if we can't stop them, let's stop everybody else. You look at it here. I mean, just what a great throw, Nord. I mean, there's nothing the defender did wrong because he's guarding him, on the open side, right, which means he's guarding him on the side the defenders or the mark is forcing them to. And Jeremy Norden just makes a throw that, slices it perfectly. There's not much you can do about it.
The Dogfish with a 3-game losing streak, trying to increase their record to 2-3 and get out of the cellar, the basement of the Western Conference. Right now, the Portland Stags are leading at 2-0. If they win this game, they'll be the only undefeated team in the Western Conference. 3-0. What's going to happen? Yeah, what a transition a year can be. New year, new faces, fresh coaches, new stadium, new announcer. Works hand in hand. Here come the Dogfish. Oh, a major flick. This is all the way downfield. There's number 3 again. He's going to reach up with his left, and he grabs it and snags it. Are you kidding me? What an impact number 3 has made. Can't say his name. We're going to get it, though.
Mr. Magic.
Mr. Magic with the flappy hair. You're looking delightful, I must say.
Here's what's incredible about this, and this is what you need from your teammates, right? Drew Kim is completely stuck. He's looked at every option he had, and he can't find anybody, so he turns around and throws it without knowing who he's going to. And 3 bails him out. And he bails him out against Cody Bjorklund, who is, that's no small feat. Look at this. Look, he gets his position, drives Cody
gorgeous. Off. That's one of the better catches of this afternoon. That was fabulous.
It's an underrated catch, too. He made something look easy that was not easy at all. Most people get D'd up and have no idea what's going on, and that was a really, really nice play.
And guess what the score is without looking, Jeff?
I can look over there. So
okay. Well, it's going to be a 1-goal advantage once again.
You got to cover my eyes.
I got to cover your eyes. Okay.
Now this play I like.
The pull on the ground. Yep, and it's touched by a Stag.
I thought they were going to roll it out of bounds to try and set up a double team, but it didn't get out there.
Going fast. There's Eli Friedman, left sideline.
Friedman.
There's Camden Allison Hall all the way. They chose not to throw him the disc and get it back to Norden. I'm going to kill the clock here, fatigue the Dogfish. Back to Norden, going backwards.
This zone is working very well from the Dogfish, though, in a no-wind zone, and it's actually working.
Camden able to pick that one up. There we go. Some good action. 8:31 left. 1-point lead for your Portland Stags. Of course, for your Dogfish, not a lead. Nice catch, Breeze Strout. A reaching grab by the Dogfish. Couldn't get, just in bounds. Ben Laurie makes the play. Laurie goes flick style back. And you see they're just spreading the field, working the field.
That was nice by Breeze. Breeze Strout, he drew the foul and got the throw off. Nicely done.
Norden trying to get in all the way downfield. That's going to be broken up. Nice play by the Dogfish. Poor throw.
That has got to kill the coaches. Why all that work to make that choice? And guess what? The Dogfish got a chance.
They can tie it up on this possession right now. A reaching grab by Norden. He falls short. Very imperative for both teams. This can dictate a lot about the outcome of the game. Even though we still have 7:35. It's going to mean a lot right here. And we do have a call. Timeout. San Francisco calls a timeout, their first of the second half.
Smart move, Safety.
Trying to slow the pace down, trailing by 1, 15-14, 7:32 left to go in the game.
We just got too much line coming to you, I guess. So we're losing a lot of the signal. I've checked
the official disc of the MLU is the Innova Pulsar. Designed in cooperation with players and staff of the MLU, the new Pulsar is the perfect disc for the pro game. Get your Pulsar today at shop.mlultimate.com or visit innovadisc.com for a look at the rest of their product line, including world-class disc golf gear. Innova.
Incredible disc, incredible company.
You can follow the Stags on Twitter at Portland Stags, and you can follow MLU on Twitter at ML Ultimate. And, of course, the San Francisco Dogfish as well. Follow everyone. Are you on Twitter, Mr. Commissioner?
At Jeff Snader.
I'm going to have to follow you.
Okay. I'm already following you.
Are you?
No.
I didn't think you were. Thanks for the encouragement, the lie. I like it. More stoppage.
Looks like the refs are talking about a clock situation here. Now, the players can move before the whistle, but it looks like they don't have a play set up, so they don't want to move until the whistle's blown. And they gave it away a little bit with Drew Kim coming down and Corey Lee coming down. And it looks like they want 3 to go deep. So make no mistake, they want 3 to be going deep again.
Friction Gloves is the official glove provider to the MLU. These all-weather gloves are specially designed for ultimate players, combining the tackiness of receiver gloves with a rubberized grip for better catches and throws. Look for the Friction Gloves Catch of the Week throughout the season and get an official MLU pair for yourself soon from the MLU shop. Visit frictiongloves.com to learn more.
And we start the play off, and Corey Lee comes down and makes a much harder catch than he should have had to. But we have another call again. And it was a pick called on him, so they're going to move him back 10. This is not what Coach Safdie wanted, Brad.
Not at all.
They basically burned a timeout to put their offense in and have had nothing work right whatsoever so far.
Huge forehand all the way down, some pushing, some contact. There he knocks him down. They're going to have to call that.
Nope, and he gets the foul call.
Absolutely. The infraction is well deserved there. He did it not once, not twice, but 3 to who? Mr. Magic.
Mr. Magic. And, you know, I'm a huge fan of Eli Blackman. He plays great defense, but you got to keep the arms tucked in or the players are going to see it. I mean, the refs are going to see it, and that's what happened, and that's a shame.
Dogfish looking to break that 3-game losing streak, and they get in. And guess what? We have a tie on our hands here at Doc Harris Stadium. The first tie since the second quarter. 15-15. San Francisco comes fighting back. The never say die Dogfish.
Look, I blame you for this, Brad, okay? I told you about my heart condition with these
ties,
overtime. And now you made it happen, and it feels like it's going to...
It's the play-by-play jinx. I'll take full responsibility. You can say the Portland weirdness, or you can call me the East Coast donkey. I'm a combo of both.
I love it.
I have the West and the East in me.
This game is everything. Me personally, I wanted to come watch. These teams have, both of them have looked at times like they had nothing going right. Both of them looked at times like they've been absolutely flawless. And now they're tied up at 15s with 7.5 minutes left to go. This is so, and the fans are going nuts. This is really cool.
You have to be a little nervous if you're Portland now.
Yeah, you wonder,
Another
right?
imperative possession. 15-15. These Dogfish are not going away. You got to force the action here. Keep that pace. You see how Portland plays this. Good, tight defense by the Dogfish right in the face of Norden. Maybe a little bit too much.
That was smart.
It's okay, 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, and Norden really did a good job to draw the foul and make sure, because he wants that guy back off of him.
Going to go backhand to the middle of the field to Breeze Strout. Strout goes back to King. Again, there's a Dogfish on every single stag right now. Dan Bellinger playing tight D. They're going to go all the way downfield. There's a man that's going to hang in the air.
Whoa!
And gets it. Yes, sir. You're kidding me, Commish. Huh? Is that a jinx or is that not a jinx? What a fantastic catch. You said no. I said I don't know. It said yes.
Did Ben Laurie just catch that over 2 other guys and then put his foot in the end zone?
Player and a foot in the end zone. It's just another day at the ballpark.
Did you think he was
Ben
in?
Laurie. We're going to have to look at the replay. Please tell me we get a replay on this. Oh, we're so ready.
They said they're rolling it back here. That didn't even look possible.
Commish is leading right now in screams.
Okay, we got it.
Let's take a look. He just snagged it right out of the air.
I wanted to think it shows the 50. That'd be great.
Okay, let's try to get one more replay, another angle.
If they can bring that back to the 50 cam, that'd be great.
Ben Laurie. His second year in MLU.
But it looks like from there, because his knee hits the the pylon.
Watch this. This could be good. All right, here we go.
Oh, we have it.
Yeah, I got it. I work for you, Commissioner.
Oh, the
he's in.
scoreboard.
He's totally in.
But I think he's in.
Totally. Roll it back
That
a
was
little bit.
good.
Okay, the
That was
pole.
good.
San Francisco takes the pole, trailing by 1 again with 6:44 remaining. Brad and Jeff bringing you live ML action, MLU. And there's a huge flick down the field. There's an open guy gaining on this. Cody Bjorklund with the huge D. Bjorklund breaks it up. What a major impact in this game. A saving, a goal. And we might have another injury on the Dogfish. We're going to get a replay on this defensive play by Cody Bjorklund, number 6. Just reaches out, and we also have an injury.
Cody
holding his
Bjorklund
hands.
deserves the hero award for that because that was
Yeah,
not
he's
his
hurt.
guy. He didn't need to be out there at all, and he completely read it. It was brilliant, and
That
he
was-
makes a fantastic D.
Casino is shaken up. Let's see if we can find out what happened at Casino as well. He just reached up, and he just made a play. He just snagged it right in.
I think Casino got a
Snagged
jammed
it.
thumb or
Probably.
on
He's
that.
going back to the trainer's table now. We'll keep an eye on that. And deep in their own territory, here come the Stags, up by 1, 16-15, 6:17 left. Camden Allison Hall, he has been very crisp with his catches, has not dropped one yet. And well, that wasn't Camden, but I shouldn't have said that because that is the announcer jinx. Very dangerous toss back.
Yeah, it's always scary to be in your own end zone because that's when you can get
It's John Thornton.
Callahan.
Sometimes you get, and they're going to go down the field. Is that Topher Davis? He's gaining on him on his horse. Topher Davis, right on the goal line, no score. They should have an open Stag. Thornton looks like he's open. He's not going Thornton. He's going to go to the middle of the end zone, and you better believe it, another score. That's Rafi Hayes. I believe that's his first goal of the evening.
Oh, Rafi, nice. Nice
Rafi
goal.
Hayes makes it a 2-goal advantage for the Stags.
Not the end of the world for the first of all, fantastic by the Stags with Cody Bjorklund starting it and Rafi Hayes ending it. Not the end of the world for the Dogfish, but if Tyler Casino can't come back, yet another thrower that they're down, more
Another
pressure
replay.
on Corey Lee and Drew Kim.
Let's take a look at the replay, Commissioner. Mr. Davis got way open.
They're so
And then he's
calm
looking,
down there.
1, 3, 4 seconds. 5, right on 5. Look at,
They're so calm.
finds Rafi.
Really brilliant. And that's a big comparison, right? We saw the Dogfish down there weren't as calm on the goal line. I feel like the Stags have put it in every time they've been down there in that, the mini red zone where you're on the goal line or within 5 yards. It's a really nice job.
Coral and Knapp have done a wonderful job instituting confidence in this young Stag team, but they still have some experience. And they're missing Timmy Purston, one of the best goal scorers
In the world.
MLU, in the world. Let's
Yeah.
go to the world.
He's unbelievable.
Even in Japan, he would be super competitive. The Dogfish look to answer back to try to trim the lead to 1. Drew Kim with the disc, and we're going to have a foul on the Stags. And Drew Kim at the right sideline, right around the 45, 5:32 remaining. Brad and Jeff and Brad, doing it live.
And they get it across.
And here we go, Sam Adamson. Looking for the hammer, then he goes on the flick, a diving catch. It is a score.
I'll tell you what, when they haven't made it
Nice.
easy, somebody bails them out. That throw was not good
Not-
at all. That looked like he turfed it, and Sam Addison went down and got it.
That was one of the better catches of the evening. I want to see this one because he went really low, and sometimes those low ones are even more difficult than the high ones.
They are.
Right?
And a flick also. So remember, like a flick comes off spinning one direction, a backhand the other. It's hard to catch a flick like that with your left hand because it wants to bounce out a bit.
The flick. Let's take a look. Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness. He
that's-
went lefty, too.
Yeah.
He pulled that with his left.
Yeah, I mean that's
Adamson, another goal.
Yeah, it's the right.
Is he showing up his brother?
That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
call. And we called his name. We called Adamson on Dogfish
A lot of Adamsons.
He's been great today. A big credit to him. He's been fantastic.
And Bad to the Bone is playing. Staggy's excited. He's dancing. Ooh, doing a little Travolta. Yeah, when you Travolta out here, it's a good thing. Up by 1, the Stags. Portland look to come back. Norden in good hands with Norden. That's what they say.
I wondered if they would go zone or
Ooh.
D, and it looks like or man. It looks like they're going man.
Friedman
just juked him out of his pants.
He fell down. A little embarrassing, not too bad. Bree Strout. Strout's been very steady, setting up a lot of plays. We haven't talked much about him. Eli Friedman. And there's going to be another call.
Strout looks frustrated with the contact and was giving a lot of attention to the refs, but he got the call, so good for him for drawing it.
He is being Mr. Flopper right now, like James Harden in the NBA. Lot of contact there, and that's going to be a 10 yards. 10-yard penalty for the Stags. It's not how the Dogfish wanted to come out defensively.
They don't give him the 10 yards because they called it before the catch, which doesn't give him much. But and he burns the timeout.
Wow. The stall was getting close. There's a timeout. Camden Allison Hall's upset.
Yeah, I would imagine he's upset.
Watch his body language. You'll see he kind of gets upset quite often. I remember a couple weeks ago, it's the Nighthawks. He shows his reactions.
I mean, it's well, first of all, I wore the number 2 when I played, and
number 2,
and I was a fiery, emotional guy, so he's a guy after my own heart. But I mean, he cares.
Let's take a look at that last replay on the call but no call. Okay. Make that the score that we were questioning earlier.
Oh, do we get that?
I think we got a better angle.
I'm so excited about this.
Whatever you ask for, you get. There you go.
Right, so
okay, this is nice.
Does he get the foot in?
Look at the ankles. Look at the ankles. Look at the ankles. He is so in.
No, he's not. You think he's in?
I think he's in.
I think
Look at his toes.
I think he's straddled. Look, he's straddled right. You think that left foot's down first?
I don't see anywhere. I don't see white.
Get out of here.
Look at his foot. Look at his foot, Commissioner. We need to put
no, that is at the same time.
You're saying it's out. I say the referees did a phenomenal job.
I say
scintillating.
I say the referees have better eyesight than I do. That's for sure. But either way, incredible that Lori catches it
here on our replay. That was the best replay. Thank you guys.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
A magnificent job, like you always do.
Nice job. Yeah, that was fun replay.
And thanks for the water
and the vodka.
Right,
they brought us everything we wanted.
Nothing wrong with a little vodka.
So is this timeout play going to leak?
Time all the way down to Allison Hall. How difficult are those hammers to catch?
They're not difficult to catch. I don't know how anybody throws them like that, though.
All the way across the field? Just like that, Ben Laurie. Another call.
Dogfish are getting over-aggressive and trying too hard on the mark to use body. Wow. They just need to be active and be a foot off.
Laurie gets it back to Norden. Oh, Laurie's knocked around a little bit, regains his composure. Eli was breaking to the end zone. And there's another diving Dogfish. They keep falling on the ground. They're going to the end zone, wide open. Mark Burton! Burton puts him back on top by 2. Just like that, the Stags. Another 2-goal advantage. You're happy. You don't want to see overtime. You're happy. You can smile.
I want to see whatever the fans want, so they can go to overtime. That, bravo to Mark Burton. One of the leaders out there for getting, he was wide open. And so I was talking to some of the players yesterday about where they learned to throw, and multiple people said Bree Strout. So he's
interesting.
He's one of the people they credit with learning the skill from, and that flick was perfect.
Look at Stoney. He's waving two. He had 2 towels. Oh, he gave one, and he's giving another away to a child.
Get you one. Okay, I'll get you. I'll get you a towel. Okay.
I need one.
All right.
Just in case I got to blow the old nose.
You know the right guy to get you a towel.
Take a look at the replay.
I don't know. No, we're seeing a different score there, but one day we'll see that perfect flick by Bree Strout.
Look at that long pull high. He hangs in the air. The Dogfish take over, trailing by 2, trying to cut it to 1. 4 minutes left in the game. I'm Brad, joined by the Commissioner, Jeff Snyder. In Camas, Washington, about 45 minutes from Portland, or from where I live.
And they got a pick call. Anytime you see a pick call, Brad, you want to blame the offense, because if they're doing it right, no one's close enough for them to get that pick. And it's always should feel like your fault as the offense.
Excellent analyst there, Commish. Kissman, they're going to go all the way down the field. They have an open man. He cannot get it. Broken up. 2 Stags back there. A little too good defense by the Portland Stags. They're going to take over. Topher Davis was one of the Stags back there. I didn't get a look at the other one. We'll take a look at a replay. The
really,
big
really
defense
nice
by Portland. It was a good throw, wasn't it?
I mean, I don't like the
that
choice, but it's at least a
worked.
nice execution of it. But
Oh, just look at it. One more. Oh, they're going back to this replay. Here we're going to go all the way down. Huge flick for Portland. A reach out and catch. Unbelievable. Nice catch. That's Rafi Hayes. Wide open is Thornton. And Thornton scores and makes it a 3-goal advantage for the Stags. Portland, back-to-back goals.
wow, I can't stop saying it.
Holding back at all.
That is exactly what San Francisco couldn't have happened. You know, to let Portland just go down and do that, wow.
Thornton said, "It's the hair. It's the hair, man."
I mean, just a really nice catch by, and look at this flick. It's so smooth.
It's just right in his hands, right in his chest. Hit him in the chest.
And they didn't
Right in the
show
bread basket.
they didn't show Thornton's little dance he did with the disc. That was pretty impressive too. All right, so game over if Dogfish doesn't score. There's just not enough time left. They're down by 3. They got to march down and score, and got to put some D on. So
3:01.
I would say this is the game if they can't put it away.
3:01, the most imperative possession right now for San Francisco. Could they score, keep the game alive? Commissioner said they need to, or this game is over. Three minutes on the clock. Here we go. Dogfish going all the way down the field. That's hanging up way too long in the air, and it's intercepted, picked off by the Stags.
I don't understand it.
I don't know why you go downfield on that one. That could be it. Eli Freeman now controls it, and Portland does this better than most teams in the Western Conference, is waste time. There's the crisp, fluid throws. Fatigue the team, keep the clock moving. You want it to tick away. It's just like a great running game in the NFL, in college football. Run it, you hold on to it, you don't fumble it away. You don't turn it over. We have a call.
And they can't. The Dogfish can have no calls.
Justin Safdie, what is he thinking right now?
I mean, he's thinking they need to get this back. He's thinking
Somehow,
whatever they got. No easy passes, no easy dumps, nothing easy because we got to get it back or the game's over. That's wow.
Yeah, there's like a miscommunication.
That's what they
You
needed.
got the disc back. We asked what Safdie want. We gave the announcers jinx. Trailing by 3.
They got 30 seconds to score. I mean, they just don't have enough time here.
The defense chant is prevalent right now at Doc Harris Stadium. Tyler Boyd Meredith. Mr. Magic, number 3, got to get him involved.
They got to score. Oh.
Oh, wonderful defense. The Stags break it up. And that could do it. 1:44 left and ticking. The Stags up by 3.
Yeah, I don't think whether or not the Stags score here.
Adam Freya.
Doesn't matter. I mean, the Stags, who were 1-9 last year, the only team they beat was the Dogfish. They're going to go 3-0 here.
And there's another score. Another score for the Stags to make it a 4-goal advantage. And I interviewed Mr. Chris Hancock, Hanky they call him. Said, how many goals are you going to win by? 4. So that's a nice, comfortable number. 4.
He's right now.
Right now, he could be right.
Also, to give a quick update on Boston, New York, it is only 5-5 in the second. Looks like a downpour.
Wow.
So it's an incredibly tough and brutal conditions down there. Apparently some amazing plays. We're going to get a replay back here.
What about Philly?
I will check on Philly's score. Just looking at this. Nice job. Is that McGinn?
Yeah, it's just easy. Just too easy. Ben McGinn.
He toes it and makes it look like it's not.
Too easy.
We'll see if we can't get the Philly score.
While you do that, I will say to get gear for your favorite team at MLUshop.com and use MLU Live 10 for a 10% off discount. That's MLU Live 10 at MLUshop.com to save on shirts, hats, disc socks, gloves, and more. San Francisco receives the pull, and they're going to try, trailing by 4, to score with 1 minute and 4 seconds now. Here they go. Can they score again? Under a minute.
apparently the Philly game is tomorrow, Brad. That is why we're.
That's Sunday.
It is at 3 o'clock, but it's at 3 o'clock tomorrow, Eastern.
3 o'clock. That's at 4. Big flip. There's Adamson all the way down there. He reaches up and snags it, but it could be a little bit too late.
So here's where we talk about strategy, Brad. Now, again, I do think it's too late because you need too many miracles to happen. But what you have to do right here is get a turnover quick. So what the strategy most would employ here is to roll the disc out of bounds. So you're not going for depth and pull. You're going for something that gives you double so you can get a quick turnover. And they did what they have to do. I mean, you fire it deep, and Sam Adamson, who's been showing up all game, makes a huge play.
Yeah.
But
he's been great. Mr. Magic's been great.
Yeah, but I mean, but again,
it's not enough.
They let it go right when they needed it most, and
defense.
Even, I mean, here's the problem, Brad. Even if they do somehow get a D and score in 15 seconds, they'd have to do it 2 more times the same exact way. It just
41 seconds. I don't think so.
Yeah, they don't have enough time. But you know what? Here's what Safdie thinks. Do it anyway. So here's the thing they did. Now, they dropped the disc right there because the Stags have to come up and get to this disc within 10 seconds to play it. It's a crazy move, but it's a desperation move.
And there's a hammer. Desperation move.
Oh, wait, I got a whistle.
It's going the other way. Offsides on Portland. That's the call. Offsides on Portland.
No, it's not offsides. It's a delay of game.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure why they got delay of game there. He must have gone up and taken it from the wrong spot, which is a little surprising. But all he needs to do is complete 1 pass.
I don't think Portland's worried at this juncture. Quick score.
Yeah, that was the right play by the Dogfish. So you drop the disc. You try and force him into something crazy and see if something can happen. And it didn't work. And
Portland looked ready for it.
They knew what they were doing. They ran down. They did it just perfect. I like what they tried. And it's good to practice it. Like I said, I was saying, Safdie's, they can't win this game. He wants them to practice something for the next one and be prepared for the next time.
Oh,
look at that
Look at that replay. And
is that Norden?
Shot. Yep, Norden threw it on the backhand.
Wow. That was a beautiful shot. And Norden has incredible skill. You know, you can tell a lot about, the guts of a team by how they finish a game and, by how they're led. So I'd like to see the Dogfish work it down and look like this game. How would they, for me, if I was coaching, I wanted them in their minds to think it was tied up right now. So play like it's tied up and you got to win. We'll see how they do it.
The Dogfish with 30 seconds left and trailing by 4. Hanky looks good right now on his prediction. And there's Kim. They're just going to play this out. 24 seconds left. Crowd's on their feet. Stoney the Stag is into it. Oh, a leaping attempt to break it up. Portland, they're going all out on this game. That was Aaron Adamson, the brother of Sam. And we're stuck at...
We have some call here.
14 seconds, 13 seconds. Another quick replay.
Stoney the Stag.
Knock that down. Doesn't matter. He was loving the crowd cheering him on. And they got 10 seconds left, and the Stags will take this home. Beautiful job.
That's it. The Stags are going to go to 3-0 in their second year. MLU, that's the end of it. The Stags remain unbeaten at the top of the Western Conference. Back-to-back wins against the San Francisco Dogfish, and the Dogfish, after beating Seattle in the opening game, have lost 4 games in a row, including 2 to Portland.
I know. And here's the crazy thing. I don't think they're out of it either. Because
you just have to be one of the top 2 teams.
You just have to be one of the top 2, and you turn around and win a few. And it's all of a sudden it's way different. And Boxer Stadium, San Francisco is extremely hard to play in. And it wouldn't surprise me if they won out going forward. So we'll see. We shall see. But what a game.
I hear the word system, and it doesn't matter who's not playing, but to me, I can't get past the fact that you're missing Mac Taylor, Caulfield, Grant, Jeffrey, and Boucher. You're missing 16 points from last week. How that doesn't translate to a very difficult game, and look at the outcome.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up a point.
New England, I'm just taking the NFL for instance, they have a great team, great coaching, Bill Belichick, great system. You take away Tom Brady, the leader, the quarterback, it's a completely different team.
It is.
They can still win, but it's a lot more difficult, a lot more challenging.
Yeah, it's also the point why you should be scared of the Dogfish, because look how close the game was, and they were missing some of their stars, right? Stars are banged up and aren't here. So they get them back and they put it together. All they got to do is get second now. I think first is out of the question, right? But if they end 6-4, pretty sure that means they're second. So we'll see. We shall see.
3-0 for the Portland Stags. How surprised are you?
I'm not. I mean, even though I haven't met Coach Quarrel and Coach Knapp personally and hadn't been able to talk to them, face to face, I knew the type of people, and they have a reputation here. And again, you got to just take some time to talk to Knapp. I mean, he's incredible. So it doesn't surprise me that he would come in here and put a system. And the Stags were just way better than their record last year, and this year they're just as good as their record.
We're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be back to announce the player of the game and a brief game recap with maybe some more highlights, Commish. How does that sound?
I love highlights.
We do it live from Doc Harris Stadium in Camas, Washington. Once again, your final score, the Portland Stags 21 and the San Francisco Dogfish 17.
Morgan Hibbert leads the flock as the Nighthawks host Seattle. Come see Donnie Clark and the Rainmakers as they try to clip Vancouver's wings. May 10th at 7 p.m. The Nighthawks are flying south to San Francisco. Can Morgan Hibbert lead his team to a victory on the road? Or will Evan Boucher and the Dogfish take a bite out of Vancouver? May 17th at...
Welcome back to Doc Harris Stadium in Camas, Washington, home of the Portland Stags, where they improved to 3-0 with a 21-17 victory over the San Francisco Dogfish. That's 2 in a row against the Dogfish. Who were you impressed by, Portland side?
In the beginning of the game, we weren't talking about Cody Bjorklund much, and in fact, if you remember, he had 2 of those tough plays against Mr. Magic.
Yeah.
But at the end of the game, I thought that he won it for him. He made that huge D down here that really changed the whole thing, and he threw that huge bomb at the end that sealed
amazing.
it. So
that's why
nice
he's
job.
going to be the player of the game.
He is the player of the game.
Cody Bjorklund. Difficult name to pronounce, but if you phonetically spell it, it's really not that difficult. That's how you do it. So let's watch some highlights throughout the game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what a game. I mean,
here's San Francisco, and that was
that's
broke up.
the
There's
D.
Bjorklund.
That's
There's our
D
player of the game.
And it was one of those games where, yeah, we thought it was going to get out of hand a couple times, and it never was. The Dogfish kept pulling it back, but right up until the end, they made just a few crucial mistakes. And here you have these plays like Ben Laurie just pulling it in, and it's a different game if he doesn't do that. It's a different game if a bunch of guys don't do a lot of things that really made it incredible.
But
so
Adamson and Mr. Magic really kept this game pretty tight for most of the way until the last few minutes when Portland was able to pull away.
Yeah, and there's the throw by Bjorklund at the end that just was incredible. And who's number 17? Rafi Hayes, right?
Rafi Hayes had a nice day, and that was the one to Thornton.
Back to the Future.
Look at that. There's Supnick.
See, it was on the verge of mistakes. They bailed each other out all the time. It was a fantastic job.
And there's the flick all the way down the field. There's Adamson.
Again.
Just had an amazing game. Next week, Kamish, we have a plethora of games. New York at D.C. That's a 3 p.m. Pacific start at Cardinal Stadium at Catholic University. We also have the Philadelphia taking on Boston. That's 4 p.m. Pacific time at Hormel Stadium. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, Hormel.
Hormel, excuse me. And Seattle and Vancouver at 7 p.m. Pacific time at Thunderbird Stadium.
That stadium's awesome.
It is.
You've been up there?
I have not been up there.
Oh,
I
you
heard
got to
about
be
it.
up there. That is the.
Is that the nicest one?
I don't know if it's at this stadium. Might be the nicest one because
This is nice.
For those who
Can they fit more people over there?
They could fit about the
Thunderbird?
same.
About the same.
But for those who've ever been to Doc Harris, the locker rooms are nicer than ones I've seen in college. So
Okay.
there's an elevator to this press box. Does that give you an
Yes,
idea?
there
Okay.
is.
So
You saw me going up and down it quite often.
But
quite
Thunderbird,
frequently.
they pack. I mean, they get a lot of people in there.
I heard
So
like close to 2,000.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
wild over there. So hopefully you get. And you know what? An
This
evening
was our
game,
best our crowd, I think.
Yeah,
that I've been to.
It was pretty wild. They were into it.
They
Stony
were
the Stag.
He's crazy. He's Stony. What can
He's
you
Stony.
say?
It's a perfect
Very
name,
nice.
or the
It
worst
is.
name. I don't remember.
I love it. All right, that will do it here at Doc Harris Stadium in Camas, Washington, home of the Portland Stags. Once again, the final score: the Stags 21, the Dogfish 17. Mr. Hankey, Chris Hancock, was completely right with his 4-goal advantage for the Stags. He did it. The Stags are 3-0, and unfortunately for the Dogfish, they fall to 1-4. But the good thing, like you said, Commissioner, they can fight back and get back into the thick of things in the Western Conference.
Yeah. We'll see.
It was a pleasure working with you. I'm going to miss you. We got to keep in touch. You're a funny guy. You kept me entertained.
I had a blast here, Brad. I hope maybe we could do this again sometime in the future. Also, certainly want to thank the whole production crew. They did a great job.
Wonderful.
And you were watching the credits go up. It just said Alva.
Alva. That's Alva right
so
there.
So I think he's the
That's it.
share of
Alva
production,
Myers.
right? He just has. No, he doesn't have a last name. He's just Alva. He's that cool.
Alva,
So,
he reeks of coolness.
He's a cool guy.
Exactly what he exudes. Look at him right there. That guy, I asked him how your ear's doing. He goes, ringing away. He's just the funniest man you'll ever meet. Miss him.
This is great.
We have Captain Mustache, too. It's one of our other guys.
I love the whole
him.
thing.
Yeah.
So, hey, thanks
Bunch
again,
of
Brad. A
characters.
lot of fun, and I can't wait till next week.
Absolutely. We'll see you. Thanks from Doc Harris Stadium. Have a lovely day. Enjoy your weekend.